love the show. I love you guys. Fucking, let's go Jets. Jets, Jets.
Can't all be beautiful.
Put your seatbelts on and get ready for the ride.
You're in the danger zone.
Totally, macro.
What is up, my brother Murph? Welcome, everybody, to the Danger Zone here on another Friday night, episode 49,672. Thank you guys for watching every single one of those first 49,671. Murph, yeah, something like that. Murph, it's Friday night, baby. How's it going?
Oh, it's going good, man. It's going good. It is Feel Good Friday where the math does not math and we don't care because we're here. We're having some brews. We're talking some Jets. Maybe we'll stray away from the Jets a little bit. I don't know. But either way, we're going to have a good time doing it, man. So I'm excited to be here and I'm excited to let the week brush off, man.
So am I, brother. You said it exactly perfectly because literally before this show, I was doing that with a whole bunch of sawdust. I'm here, baby. I got a gift from a huge friend of the show, a friend of ours, Daniel. I got this week. I'm not going to lie, it might be my new favorite football team. Just saying.
Football?
Football. This is the Australian. I'm going to butcher it. So, the Australian Parramatta Eels, baby. So, this is going to be a Parramatta Eels channel moving forward, guys. No, I'm just kidding. Can you guess who might have sent this to me, Brother Murph?
Yeah, there's only one guy it could be, right? The legend himself, Jesus Jerry.
I'm sure he will be in later and he'll see this that he, bestowed upon me. You know what? I will say, awesome gift, to be honest, man. Who sends a jersey, man? Like, for one, like that's awesome. But also
anything being from Australia is kind of cool. You know what I mean? Like, I'll probably never ever visit that area in my life. So just the fact that having something that's from there is kind of cool, man.
Dude, and he gave me the option. He said, there's two teams that are very similar to the Jets when it comes to Australian football. He gave me my choice, but yeah, this is Jet adjacent. So I'm going to have to be watching these eels and see how adjacent they are.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah, you're
Murph,
obligated. You have to watch a game now.
facts, man. There might be like eel channel. I got to plug into that. See what the hell I'm repping. But anyways, man, you said it. It's Friday. It's Friday, man. Cheers, everyone out there starting their weekend. Many of us probably overly plugged in this week. And just first and foremost, I'm going to throw it out there right off the bat, man. I have not been overly plugged in. I've been plugged in, but I know my limit. I know because I've hit my limit. I mean, I was unemployed in 2024, watching probably 12 hours of Jets YouTube a day, man. Not going to lie. Hit that limit. Now I know it. Uh, there will be no Willy Wonkaing anymore. I'm not, hitting that glass ceiling anymore. But I know my limit. Not overly plugged in. I know the main talking points. A lot of them may be overcooked. I want to know from you guys in the chat. But anyways, before we get into some talking points, Murph, how was your week, brother?
It was interesting. It has been last weekend. We talked about it. We were supposed to have that big snow. Supposed to be a big winter storm, whatever. We got it kind of. Not like some people did. Some people got foot and a half of snow or whatever. We probably got like 5 inches, but we got rain that froze and then more snow on top of it, and it's just been an absolute mess. You have snow, you knock the snow off, and there's 2 inches of ice under under the snow. And so it's crazy. They actually told us not to come in for work on Monday because the roads were a mess, parking lots were a mess. They didn't want us in the semis out on the roads. So we didn't go to work on Monday. And then Tuesday was just, it was interesting getting around. I was out helping one of the other guys on the route, and he got stuck in a parking lot, couldn't get out, had to call somebody to tow him out. Yeah, it was. Anyway, that's what I was dealing with. And bitter cold all week, like 10 degrees. I remember my phone has an alarm on it, and when the alarm goes off, it tells me like the current temperature and like the weather right now. I don't know why. I just started doing that randomly. And I remember one of the mornings I woke up, it was like, it is -1 degrees outside. I'm like, whoa, hold up. I'm not getting out of bed. I did, unfortunately. But it's been kind of nasty. It's been cold, but hey, trucked through the week. Wasn't able to be super plugged in. I know we got a lot going on, kind of. But I did try to get myself caught up. And so we do have a lot to talk about. And the week's done, like I said, and the weekend begins.
I'd talk about my week, man. I think you heard about it already, pretty much with the sawdust thrown in there. Not to delay it any further, man. I got like 5 comments that I want to rapid fire through, and I want to get your thoughts. And again, rapid fire on these. So first off, Jesus Jerry, man, he says fucking sweet. Agreed, man. Agreed. We did talk about that, Jesus. This again, a gift from Jerry, from down under, man. Appreciate it for real, for real. He also follows up and he says it's 97 degrees Fahrenheit there. What do you think of that, Murph?
That's almost more miserable than the like 10 degrees it is here right now. I don't know. I don't know which one I'd hate. I'd probably rather have the 97 though, because at least it's nice out. Usually, when it's 97, it's usually nice out.
Can there be cloud cover for me? Asking as a ginger,
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
Fair enough. But I know right now it's just like usually it's gray and yucky.
Party with Pagan Artie, friend of the channel again. What's up, fellas? Tequila, anyone? Would you take a tequila right now, Murph?
No. I am not a fan of tequila. I feel like it has an aftertaste. I can't get over it. It makes me want to throw up. Just one sip, one shot, doesn't matter. I'm not a fan of tequila. Not to be a buzzkill, Pagan Artie. More
Hey,
of
no, you can
a
get
rum
buzzed.
whiskey guy, you know?
Yes. Hey, man, it's the same destination. It's just how we get there, right?
Yeah.
Sir Luca says it's not snowing in Sri Lanka. Did you know that?
I did not know that. And I'm going to be honest with you. Hey, I'm a clown. I don't know where the hell Sri Lanka is. Is that bad? I should probably know that.
Dude, I'm gonna probably make myself look like an idiot. Is it? It's got to be either South America or Africa. I feel like if I had to wager, I would probably wager Africa. Watch, dude, I'm gonna be so off, so off.
I'm about to, I got to look it up now because I'm curious.
Shit, man. Yeah, now
Country in
we're gonna.
South Asia.
Oh, okay, Asia. Damn.
South Asia, it
Okay.
says. Hold on, let me see.
Oh yeah, way off, man. Hey, I had South right. Oh, Chaos says it's just south of India.
Yeah, I'm looking at the map. It's kind of like its
Sir
own little island in a way. Yeah.
Sir Luke, I didn't realize that you were there. That's pretty freaking awesome, man. Appreciate you, man. Uh, for
That is
real.
cool.
Billy's asking Jerry where in Australia. Hopefully they can have a little convo there. Amid says spike the like. Hell yeah, man. We're just getting kicked off here. This episode will last longer than the 2026 Jets season. Yeah, no, I didn't say that. Off the coast of India. Okay, yeah, Chaos was right. Uh, I see you, Chaos. You know ball. He says it's 78 there. Insane. When you said snow, Murph, I was just trying to,
Perfect.
I was trying to figure out when I last saw a snowflake. And I will say, man, it's been 2 years. 2 years.
Really. Really.
Really.
I'll
Really.
mail you some. How about that?
I love it. A more serious question, and I did promise rapid fire. Let me ask you this because Chaos may not be with us long, but he has a real meaty question. Pause.
Okay.
He says, "Hey Murphy, specifically," and I like that. When you guys put the pressure on Murph and not me. That's because
Because
I
I
am
can
more of a
handle it.
host. Yeah, you can handle it. You got the shoulders, the traps to shoulder my burdens, but also like I do feel like I'm a better host than I am a prognosticator. But that's just my opinion. Anyway, Chaos says, "Would you rather the Jets finish 2-15 with the number one pick in 2027? I assume, or 6-11 with the ninth pick?"
I don't even think that's a hard question at all. That number one pick. Give me 2-15, number one pick. What is 6-11? Like, come on. What is that?
Yeah,
In my opinion, Aaron Glenn gets fired either of those scenarios.
would it have been a better question if it was that first choice or 10-6? Can't promise you playoffs. You're gonna have to see where the chips fall.
Well, it would be 10-7.
Hey man, I'm old.
Hey,
Okay,
hey!
I'm
I'm
old.
just
I'm
saying.
old.
All right. 10-7. I mean, I'd be.
Because I mean, you
Yeah,
could wind up picking like 17th.
I would prefer 10-7. That's a winning season, and we haven't had one in how long? You know what I mean? Ultimately, my goal as a Jets fan is to watch a winning football team. you know, um, I just don't. I don't see it. Is my thing. So I don't see it coming. if it happens, great, you know. And if Glenn coaches his ass off this year, dude, I'm gonna be 100% behind him. You know, he will prove me wrong, and I'll be happy about it. I'll be thrilled because it would be great to have an ex-Jet player as a head coach, and he's having success. You know, that would be excellent. That's why everybody was excited, and myself included. I was excited over the prospect of that, but it doesn't mean it's going to happen. You know, so that's why we. You know I probably come off negative on this show, especially as of late. You know, but dude, give me 10-7. Hell yeah, dude, I'll take it.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? We haven't seen 8 wins in how long?
Yeah,
uh,
yeah.
and that's not a high bar, but that just to me, that's like the metric of thinking like, well, you mean every other Sunday I won't be depressed all day? Because I mean, mind you, like when they kick off, it's 10 a.m. here, man. 10 a.m. And then when it's over, it's 1 p.m. And I'm like, kind of like, I do watch other football, but like, dude, I will not plug into post game shows. I'm sorry, guys. Like, maybe hours later, but like right away, man, I'm over it. I'm over it. Um, so yeah, dude, if you could tell me that we went 8 and 9, and that means like every other Sunday is a good fucking outcome, and maybe the other 9 are decent outcomes. Hey, yeah, yeah. Um, but you know, you kind of teased it there, Murph. Like I said that I've been fairly like I've been busy this week. You said you have as well. I did poke my head into quite a few shows. I do that, you know. I'll even chat and sometimes not even listen to the show. But like the main takeaway that I have from plugging into Jets content this week is like very negative, very pessimistic, and it's a convo, man. It's like, I mean, how? Let me ask you this: how has your optimism or pessimism really for the team throughout the off season and into the season, how has that ever corresponded to like or correlate to how they've played? Has there ever been really a sync that you can see there?
uh I, I'm not exactly sure how what you mean by that.
Like the off seasons where you were optimistic, did it ever bode well? And the off seasons that you were pessimistic, did it turn out that way?
Okay, so a lot of the times the off seasons that I've been optimistic about, which have been the majority of them, because let's face it, like as Jets fans, we usually have high picks and we're excited about them, or we have a lot of salary cap space. We're excited about it. New coaches, new GMs. Like there's always reason for excitement. Uh, so yeah, we get excited, and then we get behind a coach or a GM, and we're like, yeah, this is the dude. This is going to be it. This is the change. This is the turnaround. And usually it doesn't happen that way. It doesn't turn around. So I've been wrong way more often than I have been right. This past off season, I was not super optimistic. Rewind the tape, you know, if you need to. I had us going 5 or 6 wins, right? I think we actually didn't even hit that. So uh, my pessimism ended up being kind of right. The thing about it was, the thing about it for me was I thought that this was going to be like that 5 win year because like we needed to get the right guys in, implement the right schemes, you know, Glenn, you know, this and that. And then the next year, actually, after they had a year under their belts, that's whenever we could actually have some optimism. But the problem is now I'm not feeling more optimistic about this because, you know, and I don't hate to get into it, but you know, the Glenn stuff, like, are we optimistic in our coach? You know, I've
My
seen
main
stuff out
point,
of Muji that I can hang my hat on, right? Not all positive, but I've seen some positive out of him that I can hang my hat on. I haven't seen a whole lot of positive out of Glenn, unless you want to say, "Oh, he's spicy with the media." Like, okay, but that doesn't equate to wins. That's the problem. Is so I'm not saying he can't change my mind. He gets another year, right? And I even said that I think he should. He can't fire a coach after one season. I wouldn't have been upset about it. But I wasn't. Usually you got to give a guy at least a second season.
Yeah,
But
well, can we get the rest of the off season too? Like, so many people are sinking the ship, and like we have done nothing. Literally, we've done negative. Like, let it play out. And I get it. We are instant reaction fan base, daily content, hourly content, but like we're all feeling, I mean, we should all feel kind of down right now, but like we've done nothing. We've exercised demons, but we haven't like filled the voids yet. So, and all I really was going for with that question is like, even when we are optimistic, man, it doesn't work out. So like us being pessimistic now doesn't mean it's still not going to work out. We're never right anyway. It's just how we cope these next 6 months. That's all it is. It makes us feel better during the summer months. When shit flies, shit's flying for us. So just approach it like that. That's all I'm trying to
I
say. Maybe
I think
maybe maybe thinking we're going to win one game next year is the recipe we need, because when we think we're going to win 11 like 2 years ago, we won 5. So maybe winning, we think one, it's going to be 8, you know? That's all I'm trying to say.
I think the best mindset is to be nihilistic, right? Honestly, I think that's the best mindset to take. Um, but I'm going to get on here, and there's going to be times where I rant and I let my emotions go a little bit. You need to sometimes, right? But all in all, not the end of the world, not the end of the Jets. Maybe 5 games into the season, it could be the end of Glenn. Maybe 5 games into the season, we're 5-0, and we're like, holy shit, we found something. I don't know, but what I do know is I love football. And I love the Jets, no matter what. So I'm always going to watch. I'm always going to have fun with it. I'm always going to have fun chopping it up with you and Scott and Johnny and people in the chat. It's chaos, everybody. Like it's fun regardless. It's something we do in our pastime, even if we do kind of beat ourselves down about it.
Yeah,
Um,
agreed.
yeah.
We're still gonna do this show, man. Like we're still gonna have fun. It's just like, as if we ever spin it too negative, and I know there's been like people out there blasting channels for being too negative right now, and it's like I get it, but like if we ever get that far out, we'll just start doing some other shit to pep it up, like trivia or like games, or like we'll talk other shit. Like I do not want to talk negative Jets for the next 8 months. I'll tell you that. So you might get a little negative Jets here for the next couple weeks. Then we're locking into the draft. Then we're probably all excited about the 4 or 5 draft picks that we took, right off the bat, and then we can cope, But like February, probably not going to be awesome. But do we have the combine coming up? Guess what, dude? Smack dab in the middle of the combine, we're going to have Dom C on here. And he's going to come in and he's going to say, man, we just watched the defensive ends 2 days ago. We just watched the linebackers. We watched the tackles, and we're going to get all his opinions on all them guys, who we should take it to, because it's going to be one of those. And then the day after he's here, he's going to tell us who we should be watching at quarterback, wide receiver, tight end. Dude, we'll be rolling, but like, bear with us is all I'm trying to say. Like, it's very hard to be positive now without sounding corny, or like we're just like trying to go left when everyone goes right, that kind of thing. You mentioned chaos, man. I will you read this question from him, Murph?
Yes, Murphy. You have to pick one. You sit on Dano's lap for 5 minutes, or Dano sits on your lap for 5 minutes. My choice there, Jeremy,
Choose wisely.
is I rather like Dane as a friend, and I wouldn't want to crush him if I sat on his lap. So I would let him sit on my lap like I'm Santa Claus. I'll grow my beard out for him and everything, and he can ask
Hey,
me for a winning season for Christmas, and I can tell
there.
him, give me something reasonable to ask for, like a dragon or something.
Oh shit! A hell of a question there, Chaos. I feel like one that on the spot needs to be super chatted though, brother. But hey, we entertained it. I mean, I'm sorry, my lap's occupied, Murph. But you know, hey, I'll do what I got to do for super chats. Jeremy is getting pervy to. Nah, he's trolling. I like it, man.
Chaos is in his name. Like, come on. What do you
Right?
guys
Lean into
expect?
it. Stop. Um, some actual conversation in the chat. Someone said, "Hey, man, you know what? I have it pinned. Let me give this guy. Oh shit, I do not. Let me give him credit though. Bear with me 1 second because he did bring it up first.
Well, I wanted to
Uh,
say something anyway. So while you're doing that,
yeah, yeah.
real quick, guys, there is a lot of negativity out there right now. You're going to probably hear a lot of negativity from me. I try to dial it back a little bit, um, but like the pessimism and everything, like there's still always something to be optimistic about. Like, let's say hypothetically, and I know this is the case with a lot of people, so I'm using this as the hypothetical. Let's say you are an anti-Glenn guy. Like, you are not a fan of Glenn. You think he's just horrible coach. Can't stand to have him coaching your team. You want somebody else, whatever. Um, I get it. So you don't want to see this season because you think it's going to be just horrible. Well, Glenn aside, we still have the draft picks. We still have the salary cap. We still have all these things. We could still bring in good players, right? Maybe he won't know what to do with them. Maybe they'll shine, but it'll be in a losing effort, right? That could still be something to look forward to, because then you could be looking past Glenn like, hey, we might attract this really good coach, maybe a Mike Tomlin or something like that, because we got Arvell Reese over there and he just came off a 13 sack season his rookie year, or just hypotheticals. But there's stuff to look forward to no matter what. So, like, don't let yourself get too far down. We've seen bad seasons before and we're going to see more again. Maybe it'll be this season, maybe it'll be seasons in the future, whatever. But there's no reason to let it boil your blood, so to say, and be at each other's throats about it and stuff. There's always something to look forward to. Like, I know I'm like, even though I'm like a little negative about the outlook of the Jets, I'm still excited because anytime I got draft picks to play with, baby, I'm all over it. Like, I'm like, give me that young talent. You know what I mean? If I can get that next Miles Garrett, that next Justin Jefferson or something on the team, like, you never know if you're going to get a guy like that, and I'm all about it. So, yeah.
I'm with you, man. I'm with you. We're about to get into some of these changes that have happened in the last week. But before we do, Billy SBC, I want to shout you out in the chat. You brought it up first, and it actually spawned a couple people to piggyback off that comment. So I feel like we should address it. Um, the Falcons are expected, Murph, to release Kirk Cousins. Maybe the first of many high dollar guys on their way out. I don't know. Could Kyler be cut? Could Tua be cut? Could who's the other one? Geno Smith be cut? Maybe two, maybe. But now they're saying Kirk could be. Is it a guy that you go at? Do you wait? Do you see how the other three shake out? See what the market ends up being. See who you draft first. Where are you at with this news? Is it a needle mover for you at all?
Yeah. Yeah, actually, it is. Uh, those that have discussed with me, potentials and things about the Jets know that Kirk has always been high on my list. Like I said, guys, I put the coach aside. I put my liking for what's going on with the team aside. I still want to win football games, no matter what. Like if it's next year, if we don't get uh, a pick higher than 20 next year, okay, fine by me. We'll figure it out. Like we will figure it out. Like if we win that many games, that's a good problem to have for me. We'll figure it out. I think Cousins is a guy that he can lead a team to some wins. Like he can play competent ball. He's a leader. He's done this for a long time, and he's a guy. If you do get a young guy in there, they can kind of show him the ropes. So Cousins is somebody that's high on my list. I don't care about he spurned us for the Vikings and all that crap in the past. Like the dude was making business moves. He had to do what he had to do. It's not. It wasn't like he's like fuck the Jets. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like that. He was just like, you know what? I think this is a better opportunity for me. And it probably was. It worked out pretty well for him. He's over there winning 12, 13 games a year. So it worked, he was doing all right. I don't care about any of that. So Kirk O'Chains, he's probably, if he's not my top candidate, he is top 3 at the very least for who I would like our quarterback to be next year.
I'm with you, man. And just piggybacking, is that a word? I don't know. Off of what you said prior about, ways to be positive or, whatever, that whole argument or conversation we were having, like a way to spin it is what I'm trying to say. These staffing, hirings and firings, man, instead of comparing them to what else was out there and what may have been, Jim Harbaugh or John Harbaugh, Mike Tomlin, who else? Jim Leonard, all these guys that should have been Jets and weren't. We should compare these guys to the performance we just watched in 2025. Okay. Are these guys going to be better than Wilkes? I hope so. The bar is not that high. Are these guys going to be better than the offense we've seen the last year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years? Hey, man, it's very likely they are better. Yeah, it's a lot of years, Murph. If the defense is better, even 30%, because, hey, man, infused talent. If the offense is better, if you don't have this statistically worst goddamn offense I've ever seen, source me, we might be better. I don't even care if we win the same amount of games. If we're optically better week in and week out, I am taking that as a win, man, because I can't do what I just did for 17 more games. And I know you, like, by the end of the season, we were like, fuck this, man. Fuck this. So do we need a Harbaugh to be better than that? Do we need a Jim Leonard to be better than that, to feel better about it going into it? No, dude, just don't give us Wilkes again and don't give us fucking Fields again, man. Let's just get a little better and then we'll get a lot better because those draft picks will start, that's all I'm trying to say. That's optimistic spin for me.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to improve, and it's not much to improve on, so there's no reason you can't, especially with the potential influx of talent that we can have coming in. Like I said, I'm not out on Muji. I'm not. Like I've seen enough to where I'm like, okay, this guy at least deserves to sit in a GM chair. Maybe he's not the best GM in the league. We'll see as years go on, but he's at least competent enough. He's not, completely screwing the team up. Like I said, there are some negatives. He made some bad moves, and it's hard to tell what, Glenn had his paw prints on and what he didn't. But I've seen enough out of Muji to where I'm like, hey, we got all these picks coming in, we got a lot of money coming in, and salary caps going up and things like that. Why not get a little excited? Why not be excited that to see us potentially, maybe we go from 3 to 6 and then from 6 to 10. Who knows? But can only climb up, man. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. And honestly, you just need to raise the floor at the quarterback position. Kirk Cousins, again, back to what you said. Kirk Cousins, fine by me, man. Also, I heard Michael Penix is trending to hopefully be cleared by April. April. Didn't expect that. If he is going to be ready for OTAs, man, it makes a lot like the logic tracks that cut Cousins, man. Sure. Why not? Let him come on over here, raise our floor from the 35th team quarterback to 25th. And I guarantee you the product will be 10 times better just on that simple little jump, man. We just can't do it another 30 quarterback, rated overall or worse. And we've gotten that so many of the past few years. It's insane. Past that though, I will say, looks like Clancy. He's been balking a little bit. I don't know if that's the right word, but man, why don't I ever get a gifted membership? Bam! Tonight he gets one, man. So shout out to you, Clancy, man. Congratulations. Adirondack gave one out. Fly guy, man. He's a fly guy. Who got it? Nate. This is the first show Nate ever called into. I'll never let him forget that. And here he is receiving a gifted membership, man. Congratulations there, Adirondack, man. Sweet. Thank you. For real. All right, dude. Let's get into actual shit. You want to get into some shit? Yeah, let's get into some shit. Let's see what I got here. Oh, let's start there. Even though chronologically it's not accurate. Look at that chin. What do you think of that? Can he take a punch? Because he's about to get 1 million of them in the next couple months.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah, maybe. He probably will get some. Brian Duker, he could duke it out, man. I'm telling you.
I like that. I like that. Don't without burying lead. You want to frame it for people who may have no idea what this is.
All right. So obviously, end of the season, before the season was even over, Aaron Glenn fired Steve Wilkes. They weren't necessarily agreeing on the direction of the defense. It wasn't working out the way Wilkes was calling it. So Glenn has Harris. Was it Al Harris? Finish. Was it Al Harris? Anyway, finish calling the season. And then he's looking for a defensive coordinator. And all of us are screaming and yelling for different guys. Jim Leonard was a big one. Wink Martindale. It felt like that was a done deal there for a minute, and then all of a sudden it kind of fell apart. There's some whispers of Glenn potentially wanting to call the defense himself, so he wanted to get a candidate in here that is willing to allow him to call the defense and just help with prepping things throughout the week and building the scheme and everything like that. So we fast forward to, boom, our hire. Brian Duker. He had a crossover with Glenn in Detroit, where he was the secondary coach there. First year, he was just a safeties coach, and then he got graduated up to just the full secondary coach there under Glenn. So they've worked with each other. They know each other. So that's a plus, right? You want your coaches to be able to work together. So we already know that they have the ability to. Most recently, he was the Dolphins' secondary and pass game coordinator. He's a secondary coach and pass game coordinator. So he's bounced around, done different things, right? Did the Dolphins' defensive coordinator get hired somewhere? I think he did. Anyway, So yeah, Brian Duker is our new defensive coordinator.
I like it. I like it. Well, dude, that was a better framing job than I expected, Murph. Well done, sir. Co host of the year is back on. Um, Nate gifted a membership back, man, paying it forward. Legendary move. I wonder, do people think that that's a good recipient or not? Let us know down below. Very polarizing individual, that Modine. Thoughts on that, Murph?
Hey, Mo gets in here and chops it up with the rest of us. I haven't seen him in a while, but he takes little breaks here and there. But he gets in here, and when he's in here, he's active. Whether he's actually a Jets fan or not, we don't know. But either way, Mo's part of the family.
Facts. Well said, brother. Well said. Yeah, Duker. I will say, had no idea, never heard the name in my life a couple weeks ago. What about you?
Same. Honestly, I never, not a nothing. I didn't know anything about him. I had to research everything to figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah. But again, back to what we talked about for the first 40 minutes, man. It's like, does if we heard of him, would we have felt better? I mean, Murph, we both have heard of Wink Martindale. We know your thoughts on him. Is this a better move or just an unknown when it comes to what could have been with old Wink?
I think it's kind of an unknown. I think that a better move. I mean, it's hard to say that. Wink is an experienced defensive coordinator. He's had good defenses in the NFL. He has a resume, Um, but then you have to look at more than just like what the resume says. And Brian Duker is a guy that can work with Aaron Glenn. And there was a lot of worry that Wink was not going to be able to work well with Glenn. You see his past, him and Dayball going at each other's throats. Glenn's a fiery guy. Is he going to be able to, are they going to be able to handle each other? So that was a big worry. With this, we don't have to worry about that. If there's one thing I can say about this hire is that it's a good chemistry hire, right? So who knows if the dude's any good at what he does? We don't know that yet, and I guess only time will tell. But at least we know that him and Glenn are going to be on the same page.
Well said. Again, well said, sir. Agreed. And I mean, there's a lot of speculation saying that Aaron Glenn's going to be calling the plays. Duker's going to be handling the Monday through Saturday stuff. I don't know how that's all going to shake out. I don't. But the tandem, could it? We'll see. We will see. Here's the thing, man. Like, I go back to like everybody was out on Glenn, man, and I said to myself, like, you got to see how he approaches this offseason. Not how we feel about it. How does he feel about it? He literally, it's like Eminem song, man. He has one shot now. One shot to seize the moment. Blah blah blah. You know the rest. Literally, he has
Something about mom spaghetti. I don't know.
Yeah. Just don't spit up on your sweatshirt there, Glenn. But or your capris, as Scott Foster would say. One shot. If this is how he wants to approach it, if this is the staff he wants to assemble, it's on him, man. It's on him. It's not our job. We're not losing out on $1 million job if we go 2-15, like Chaos said, right? We're not. We're going to be feeling the same way in the fall that we felt the last 6 years. Hate to say it, but like, you tell me, man, I got one more go around on this merry-go-round, then I'm going to try to make it the best ever. And he's doing his best. If it doesn't work out, it's on him, man. But honestly, Duker isn't a bad hire. I think a lot of people are spinning this to think it's a bad hire. And I think that they're just looking for a good name That's all it is. We have no. It's an unknown hire. That's what it is. It's not a bad hire. It's an unknown. Guess what? We're gonna have a lot of unknowns this year. So buckle up. So I'm
You know
not
how
willing to
many
say.
you know how many guys have gotten hired that were unknown, to me at least, and I'm decently plugged in the league. Not like some people, but like I at least know around the league a decent bit. And there's been plenty of times, man, that there's been guys that I didn't even know who they were. They got hired as a head coach, went on to have a winning season, first year. You know what I mean? Like Mike McDonald. Didn't really
Yeah,
know who he was. I know he was the defensive coordinator for the Ravens, but I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I can name every offensive, defensive, and special teams coordinator for every team, all 32 teams in the league. I think very few people can. And that was a guy that I didn't even know, because last dude I knew that was there was Wink. I knew he wasn't there anymore, but I didn't know who replaced him. Anyway, Mike McDonald, currently in the Super Bowl, his first year, right?
yeah.
You know,
Facts.
so I'm not saying that Brian Duker is going to take that type of trajectory as a but I am just saying that, like, just because you don't know a guy doesn't mean he's not any good.
But we need daily content. We need something to talk about for 12 hours a day, Murph. So we're going to spin it to where, oh my God, no Jim Leonard. Oh my God, no da 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 da. Oh my God, Glenn is still here. Just take his Xanax. No, don't. I didn't say that.
Don't know.
Just relax. Relax. Okay, maybe develop a maybe learn what pickleball is. I don't know, man. Just do something. But maybe don't do the daily shows around the clock until we have actual like draft picks, man. Because again, man, we're getting into that season, but right now it's this hiatus where it's all about hirings and firings. We did not have a good week, allegedly. We allegedly got turned down by John Gruden, who then 2 days later or a day later came out and said, "What the hell are y'all talking about? It never even happened." So it's like, if you just checked in every few days, some of this shit would have already dissolved by the time you looked. So I don't know, man. It's just frustrating. It's frustrating. Doom and gloom in January, man. That's where we're at. Yes, it's still January. Yeah, we're gonna get through all this, man. Sorry, I keep going on tangents. My bad. Let me deviate here. Charles Gorman chiming in, $5 super chat, Murph. He says, "Hello, gentlemen. I hope you are doing well."
Charles, what's up, buddy? Hope you're doing well. Thank you.
Facts. And I teased it, Murph. I said Duker wasn't the first bit of news this week. Actually, last week we talked at length about our coaching staff changes because they dropped last week on Friday. We fired like 6 coaches, and allegedly, Tanner Angstrom was getting demoted or his role redefined. Well, that allegation seemed to be possibly true because as we got through this week, we found out that he actually didn't like this new role and said deuces, biatches. And that's my words. That's not his, but you can Google it to confirm. Yeah, Angstrom gone. And I think that was maybe the most optimistic we were about the offense or the defense last year heading into this year is, hey, let's give this guy a chance with someone who isn't Justin Fields, Brady Cook. Thoughts on his loss before we get into his replacement?
Angstrand? We're talking about Angstrand, right? Yeah.
Potential replacement, but yes.
Okay. Yeah, so Engstrand, I was not thrilled about this move, as a lot of people probably aren't. I thought that I saw some things out of Engstrand that I liked last year. I saw, even though we had a booty cheeks receiver group this year, especially after Garrett went down, I still saw a lot of open routes, open receivers. We just didn't have a quarterback to get it to them. I saw a little innovation, which was something that we didn't see under Nate Hackett, So I don't know. I didn't see enough to where I'm like, oh, this dude is seriously the problem. We need to get rid of him. But I almost feel like Glenn just really kind of wanted to hit the reset button. He's like, wait a second, what I did was not working. I want to reset on everything. Or maybe he's like, I brought in too many greenhorns, so to say. And he's like, I need to get more experience on this staff. Could be. I don't know exactly what his thought process was. But he decided to move on from Engstrand. I'm not necessarily a big fan of that move, but there's a lot of reasons why he could have done it. Maybe he's planning on bringing in a rookie quarterback, right? And he wants somebody that's experienced to coach him up. So there's a lot of reasons he could have done it. I don't know. But it seems like, I don't know, they did do more interviews than Frank Reich, but all the buzz is around Frank Reich right now. And I think, I don't know, man. I don't know if you want to get into the Frank Reich or if you just want to talk about candidates in general, but.
You know what? Hold that thought for about, I think, 13 seconds. Let me get it here.
Charles, dude, how do you not know? He's so knowledgeable about movies, comics, and everything, and he doesn't know who Cheddar Bob is. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, you gotta watch that flick, man. You're a film junkie. Oh, sorry, wrong pick. Hold on here. Hold on. My bad.
I noticed how one of the bottles was head shine and one of them was head polish. There's a difference, guys. It's important. Facts. I guess bald guys know. I couldn't tell you, but
I'll be there soon. All right, offensive coordinator. So, all right, out with Engstrand. Here we are because we want news, baby. On to the next OC of the Jets. Already in the same damn 10-minute of the show. That's how we roll in this fan base. Murph, offensive coordinator interviews. Here's 5 of them. I think I only heard about 2 of them before they happened, and then I got all 5 at once. So that's a flex, man. No leaks, baby. All right. So looking at this list, Murph, who excites you and who does not?
Can I say nobody? No. I'm double checking my knowledge here on something. Okay.
You are fine.
Yeah. All right.
Let me just say it doesn't matter if it excites us, right? We just had this whole conversation about the DC hire. It doesn't matter. You like them or not. We're gonna find out. But go ahead. Who would you feel better about, and who would you not, if you have any opinions?
So I'm going to just go ahead and say Londo Wells and Ronald Curry. I didn't know who they were. Still don't know hardly anything about them. I think Londo Wells maybe Dallas tight end coach previously. Ronald Curry, I literally know nothing about other than the fact that he's wearing a Bills polo right now. So whatever. Greg Roman, I'm going to start with that because if Aaron Glenn is serious about really wanting to build a formidable run game, Greg Roman might be his guy. Greg Roman notably was with the Baltimore Ravens when they had the number 1 rushing attack in the league. The dude definitely builds a run heavy offense and knows how to work it. I see maybe he was more recently with the Chargers. I don't know what his role was there. But that's an experienced dude, and Very run heavy coordinator. Daryl Bevel is he was it's telling me here pass game coordinator and quarterbacks coach for the Miami Dolphins last year. Which, listen, if he was under, you know, almost said Mike McDonald, Mike McDaniel or McDaniel. Anyway, he probably knows offense. You know what I mean? Because that dude, I mean, the coach knew offense, so he's at least around somebody that's building an innovative scheme that works usually. Because even though the Dolphins were kind of booty cheeks this year, they still figured out how to score a lot of the times. You know, um, that's from that Shanahan system, man. But Bevel, beyond that, he's been around the league. He's an offensive coordinator for the Vikings, 2006 to 2010. The Seahawks from 2011 to 2017. The Lions, I think. Yeah, he was with the Lions first 11 games of the 2020 season before being named the interim head coach. Oh, I didn't realize that. So he actually even has head coach experience for 6 games or whatever. Jacksonville Jaguars 2021. Regardless, dude has been around. He's got a lot of experience on the offensive side of the ball, a lot of coordinator experience. Probably wouldn't be a bad hire. Like if they went that route, I would understand it. Maybe you could say, his stints as an offensive coordinator, from 2006 to 2017, the league has changed since then. You could argue that. You could say, he's not up with the times. That's why he's not a coordinator anymore. I don't know. But the dude's experienced, and he's been around a lot of good offensive minds. And finally, Frank Reich. Frank Reich is obviously a big name, and he's the guy that seems to be the favorite candidate right now. Frank Reich was with the Eagles when they won a Super Bowl, right? Everybody remembers the Nick Foles year where he outdueled Brady in the Super Bowl. One of the best Super Bowls I've ever watched because that was just great. Oh, Big Dick Nick outdueling Brady. Oh, I loved it. Anyway, the Philly special, all that. So a lot of people remember him from that. Him and Doug Peterson, doing the thing. But Frank Reich recently, he was 4-8 for a college team. I can't even remember which one off the top of my head. He went 4-8. Stanford. Okay, that's who I was thinking. The year before, out of ball. He wasn't playing. He didn't do anything. The year before that, he was 1-10, or the years before that. Oh my God! Yeah, the last year he's with the Panthers. It might have been a one and done. Now that I think about it, he went 1-10, absolutely ruining poor Bryce out there. Yeah. Ruining Bryce. Went 1-10. Gone. Get out of here. What are you doing? This is horrible. Before that, he was 3-5-1, I think, with the Indianapolis Colts.
He was there like 5 years though.
Yeah, well, his last year he was 3-5-1, fired, averaging 14.7 points a game. This is supposed to be a good offensive-minded coach, and he had that team scoring 14 points. I think we scored more than 14 points a game this past year. Maybe I don't know. So yeah, these past, I don't know, 8 years or so, been rough on Frank Reich.
He got the last year, I believe, of Andrew Luck, and then what have the Colts had since then? I mean, I feel bad because you get hired as the coach of the Colts, man, after being an offensive coordinator for the Eagles, the Chargers. I mean, he did rise through some ranks there in the the Rex era and beyond. He went up, man. He wide receivers coach, quarterbacks coach, then an OC again, then a head coach, man. You get a head coach job. You got Andrew Luck, baby. You get 16 games out of him, and then whoop, no more. That's it. You're done. cut off. Then what? I couldn't even tell you who the successor to the Andrew Luck throne was, but you're right, man. It wasn't very great there after that. And then, yeah, he got one more kick of the tires in Carolina. He had Bryce Young. He could not do anything with that. And then, yeah, back to college or time off in college. Yeah, is he cooked, Murph? What I don't know. I don't know, man.
Not only is he cooked, was he ever actually good? Wasn't
Good
Doug
question.
Peterson calling the plays in Philly? He went 10-6 with the Colts. That probably bought him that 5 years. Just going 10-6 his first year. Well, he had Andrew Luck that first year, who threw like 39 touchdowns, 5 picks or something. They went 10-6. Yeah. And Andrew Luck said, "Fuck this! I'm not playing for this guy," and retired. No, I made that up, guys. That's a lot to throw on a guy.
Holy moly,
That's
we
a
are
lot
cooked.
to throw on a guy, but hey, maybe, who knows? After that, they went downhill, booty cheeks.
Greg Roman too, man. Like, yeah, he's this offensive rushing guru. Bro had Lamar Jackson for how many of those years? Like, who's not going to have an offensive padded resume rushing when you have Lamar Jackson in his prime, mind you? So I don't know, man. I don't know. Ronald Curry, I don't know. Didn't we just fire a Curry? We did. Are they related? I don't know. Someone said in the chat that Curry and Wells, okay, that's the Rooney rule. I don't think it's just that, man. I don't. Bevel, I've heard of, but I don't know, man. Dude, I don't know, man. I don't know. Just like I don't know with old Duker. So, man, I honestly draft. We gotta get Dom on here, man. Chat, what do you think? Is there an offensive hire that would knock your socks off? Is one of these 5 guys one of them? Let us know. If you are as sick at looking at this graphic as Charles B, let us know. Because I am taking this down. Murph, talk to me.
I just real quick on Ronald Curry. I felt like I was doing him a disservice, so I at least have to mention that yes, he was with the Bills. He was most recently a quarterbacks coach for the Bills. He had previously been a wide receivers coach for them as well, so he's done a little bit of both. He knows at least 2 facets of offense. One could say it's easy to be a quarterback coach for Josh Allen whenever he's playing like an MVP. One could also argue, hey, Joe Brady knows his shit, and Ronald Curry was one of his dudes, right? So maybe Ronald Curry also knows his shit. I don't know. But I figured I was doing a disservice. I had to at least mention what he did most recently.
You were, man. I was sitting here thinking, what the fuck, Murph? I'm just kidding, obviously. But I'm just gonna. I mean, it's a lazy take. I'm feeling that, and I get it. But like, I am sticking to it, man. I don't care how I feel about the hires because ultimately, this is Aaron Glenn's show for the next 12 months. And if he is confident in them, it's on him, man. It's on him. Because this is your last dog and pony show, baby. There is no buckling up next year. There is, well, you might want to buckle up, man, after you pack your bag. Right after Brees. But anyways, OC news, DC news. You want some general NFL news, Murph? How would that tickle your taint, as Charles B says here?
Give me something that is going up. Give me something positive, something that's going up.
I like it. I like it. Oh, brother, look at this, man. Carlos Dalmau. Did I butcher that? Carlos Dalmau? I don't know. 2065. Dude, 2065 is our year. How did you know? Carlos, man, appreciate you becoming a member. We are
Not
here.
only not
Okay.
only is he a member of the Danger Zone, but he's a prophet. He knows.
Hey. 2065, baby. We don't get Jordan Love then. We get Jordan Love's successor then. But Carlos, man, welcome. Hope you enjoy it around here. Holy bejesus. I've never seen that in my life. And I just spoke about knocking socks off with the OC candidate list. Someone just knocked my socks off, Murph. Carlos, what are you doing, brother?
Carlos, he's killing it. He came in and just dropped them on the table and said, "Hey, here you go."
I really hope I pronounced his last name right.
Yeah, no doubt.
Carlos, man, appreciate you. Holy cow, dude, for real. Thank you. I haven't seen you in here before. Hopefully you've enjoyed the show in the past, but if you haven't, man, I hope you're enjoying it tonight. We're trying to be as real, as honest, and less soul sucking as some other channels. Not naming names, but Scott, you're killing me, man. Appreciate you.
You just named one of them.
Scott. So Stranger, man, he's a
Our resident Bengals fan, Stranger.
You remember? Hell yeah, dude. That's been a while.
Yeah.
Snoopy received one from Carlos. Sweet baby Jesus.
That's fun to say. Sweet
It
baby
is.
Jesus.
You want to rattle a couple off, Murph?
We got Philip Hannon, 4066. We got motherfucking Chaos. Or no, wait, motherfucking. I read that wrong. Motherfucking Chew. I got Jets Chaos on my. I got to call.
Yeah,
him.
you do.
No, I'm just kidding. We got Phenom. Hey, Phenom. Okay.
Phenom, man.
MF Chew. Phenom. We got OGs, man. Last three have been OGs. Mr. Bonesy up in here. I haven't talked to Bones in a minute. We got IWWT80 and Wayne We Trust 80. Is that our buddy Yeti?
No, it's the other one. The
other
one from
okay.
Asmaniac Fantasy. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. And then we have. I'm going to butcher it. I almost said Haitian. Hayton, HLS, or Hayton HL Scout.
Yes, I think.
Yeah. Hayton HL Scout. Okay.
This might be my favorite new segment.
You wait till I get several beers in me and then have me start reading off names. And then we got Sweet Peaches.
Hey, that sounds fun to say as well.
Yeah, it is. So, guys, just a reminder, if any of you just got a membership because of that guy right there dropping his nuts on the table, thank you, Carlos. That's an excellent set you have there. If you just got a membership for the DZ, for the Danger Zone, you can hop in our Discord, right?
Yeah.
Dane, I'm not sure exactly how you get the link to those people, but that will happen. And if you want to, you don't have to, but if you want to, you can hop in the Discord and chop it up with us. We got a great group of guys in there. Bill and
really do
on top of dropping news in there. Like, you don't need to check Twitter. You don't need to check ESPN. That dude is all over it. Dane is usually on it too. Every once in a while, I might surprise y'all by dropping a little something if I'm actually freed up. But aside from that, it's just great discourse in there. We're all in there chopping it up, BSing, just talking ball. It ain't even always Jets. Sometimes it's just NFL, or you guys get on the Mets and Knicks, or just baseball. Who knows? There's all kinds of stuff going on.
We just had fantasy playoff style fantasy football league. We're gonna have another one launching in August to play all regular season. Got to be in there though. But if you go to my channel and hit like membership posts or whatever that I've done, scroll back, you'll find the invite. But also, Carlos just dropped 10 more gifted. Like I'll just send out a new one tomorrow or an email or something to see if anyone wants to hop in there with us. Like you said, man, Bill is spreading the old NFL news and nuggets repeatedly. We have a section for Wordle if you play that. We have I try to keep my plugs in a separate area and then just have the convo be organic with everyone. So yeah, dude, if you are a Discord if you don't even know what the hell it is, you can just go to discord.com and find it. But it's like a group chat, but unlike the YouTube chat, it's available after hours, and you can do gifs and drop pics and whatever you want to do. But dude, for real, dude, Carlos, that is the biggest gift we've received on this channel. So I just want to appreciate you, man. I see you say you appreciate us, man. You go a long way in keeping these green LED lights on around here.
Yeah, we make it look professional by buying cheap green LED lights. Matthew Smith, you are very lucky that you caught your own mistake there because I was going to give you so much shit. You're so lucky. But thank you for busting my balls as always, Matthew Smith. Appreciate you, buddy.
What I will say, Carlos says we are increasing membership, brother. You got it right. I have been here before. I love you guys up at my time. And that's the thing. Like when we chose Friday nights, man, we realized a lot of folks would not be able to attend. They'll be, entertaining their families, their girlfriends, their wags, as people call them. But, at the same time, hardly anyone else, well, nobody else streamed on Friday nights when we started this. And, hopefully we are hitting people that otherwise wouldn't have live content. And it sounds like maybe with Carlos, we are doing that. I know Jerry's out in Australia, man. I can't imagine what the hell time it is there. It's probably like, I don't know, the roosters are going to be crowing here soon. But yeah, dude, and not to be outdone, Charles Gorman doubling down on his $5 super chat. He says, "You know what? Let me gift another person access to Discord." And also, again, it's not just that. Like you can get into our fantasy leagues with that. You can get into some other giveaways we've got going on as we continue growing. But the recipient of that one, Beal66, appreciate you. Maybe Charles can rope them into engaging in the live chat, tonight or, another week just by simply giving them a membership. Amid showing some appreciation. Friday nights in the Danger Zone leading to Precious. I don't know what that means, but I appreciate you, Amid. Yeah, we're gonna have a Precious movie watch along in the Discord one of these nights. Yeah,
I like my mind was like my precious. So like
oh.
and you're talking about that other movie. Like, come on, bro.
Jerry says it's Saturday at 2:30 p.m. Okay, brother. Let us know what February looks like. Does it look better for the Jets when you get there? All right, dude. Gotta say, I mean, I teased it and then I got off the rails, man, and I apologize. I promised you NFL news. Adirondack, man. Jesus Christ. Dude, you know what? You know what's funny? Every single time I come into a stream, like most weeks, dude, I put like 3 hours into making a thumbnail that's kind of clever, doing some research, some graphics to throw up, some talking points, a guest, maybe lining up a guest sometimes can take an hour. Every single time, I'm feeling good about it. There are weeks like these where I don't get to do that. I don't have the time. And then Friday rolls around and I'm feeling ill prepared. I'm feeling behind the eight ball. All of a sudden today, I worked all the way up until an hour before the show, had no thumbnail, had no show planned, texted you that. You said, "Yeah, I know, man. It's this week kind of sucked for me too, man. Like, let's just do it." And like, every single time we start cooking, man, and I feel better. It's just like the chat gets us going. They show some love, dude. Tonight, probably the least prepared, least feeling up for it night I've done a stream, and all of a sudden memberships have gone off the rails more than they've ever gone, and it's like it's insane. I don't know that you guys even realize that like it was one of those days for Murph and I both, but like you've shown out and appreciate you guys. Put your wallets away, man. Just enjoy the show. Appreciate everything you guys have shown us because we are growing. We're a small channel Friday nights, man, and you guys have been killing it more than I think either one of me and Murph thought that, we're growing at a clip. Like we hit 500 in October and now we're at 600. It's like, I thought 500 was the end. I thought that was the glass ceiling, man. And hey, man, let's just buckle up, I guess, eh? Hold the rope.
That's right. That's right.
Adirondack gifted a membership. Again, appreciate you, AFG.
Appreciate you, dude.
Recipient. Oh, you know what? Murph, I'm going to test you. The recipient has a Roman numeral in their name. What is the Roman numeral?
It could be two different things, dude.
Could it? Okay, Blitz, XCV.
Oh, okay. Hold on. C is also XCV.
Not to put you on the spot, but I'm putting you on the spot.
I don't think that is a legit Roman numeral.
I think it is. I just don't know. Is C50? Is it 100? Is it 500? I don't know.
So C is 50, right?
Maybe.
Or is it 100?
I just said I don't know. I don't know.
I think
So it's
C,
either, is it 45? Is it 95?
because X is 10, V is 5, but the C, I want to say C is 100 because think C, century, 100, right? But why would the 100 be in between a 10 and a 5?
Well, if the X is before the C, it means 10 less. So
Before 95? Or 95?
it could be 95 or it could be 45. Chat, help us out. Hey, here we go.
Oh, we're a mess.
We got it, 95.
It's 95.
So C is 100. Okay. All right. Hey.
Hmm.
Charles, 95. Matthew Smith claims he had the answer, but, did he really?
I'm sure he did. It was NFL, wasn't it?
Yeah, people cheated. All right, dude. NFL news, man. I got to stop. NFL news. All right, lock in, Dane.
Let's go.
According to Tom Pelissero, and I could pull a graphic, but I could just read it to you. The NFL informed teams today that the 2026 salary cap figures have come in. Murph, we all kind of thought this would be the case, but I have official figures for you. The cap has risen by either anywhere from 22 million to 26 and a half, somewhere in there. It was 280 almost. Now it's going between 3 and 305. But more specifically, the cap has risen 22 to 26 and a half million this season. So I want your take on that. And I know we all expected it, but now that it's like official, plus we've gotten Sauce Gardner off the books, we've gotten Quinnen off the books. Is this something that is even a care to you at all? And, can you just talk for 60 to 90 seconds on what you think this means for us, sir?
I think it's good news. We did expect when they had those TV deals a year or two ago. They were negotiating TV deals and stuff. We did figure that the cap was going to go. It goes up anyway every year, pretty much. But we did figure that it was going to kind of explode a little bit. But 22 million, that is significant. That is like what, like 8% or something like that. I know that if you're working for a company and you get an 8% raise every year, you're doing really damn good. Because a lot of times people get like 2% or 1.5%, whatever. I don't know. But yeah, 8% more money. Good, good. But I've said this before when it comes to the salary cap stuff and when it goes up, that the more money that's available, the more money that these people are getting paid, right? These contracts are going to keep breaking records every year. There's going to be a new defensive end record contract. There's going to be a new wide receiver record contract. There's going to be a new quarterback record contract. And we're going to be blown away about what some of these guys are getting paid. But it never hurts to have more money, right? Never hurts. We got some teams out there that are hurting, that are 25 million over the cap, So they're still 3 million over the cap even after this. So there's teams out there that's hurting, and we're not one of them. So, it's still good news as far as I'm concerned.
Agreed, man. Maybe it can allow us to overpay someone who is more valuable to us than anywhere else. We'll see. We'll see how we spend it. We already had, I think what a lot of people said was a bevy of cap space. We also have a ton of holes, but if we had 100 million before, now we have 22 more, 25 more, 26, whatever. Good news. Everybody's got it. So is it great news? No, but like, we'll take it, man. We'll take it because, yeah, I don't know. We'll take it.
Can I throw out a plus? We don't have, double checking myself here. We don't have anybody on our roster right now that will be getting any kind of like big time, contract, like big time game breaking type contract, right? Like we paid Garrett Wilson, we sent Sauce Gardner packing, Quinnen Williams packing. We paid Garrett already. He's under contract. That contract that he's under right now is going to pale in comparison to contracts for wide receivers 2 years from now, due to the cap keep going up like this.
Right. Sorry, let me just fumble a couple things here, make this a little more palatable. There we go. Cap gone up. Murph, I know you had, I kind of joked that we didn't really have much to go on tonight. I know you had a couple of talking points. Do you want to segue to maybe one of yours? I don't want to just steal yours, because the first couple I did kind of have planned, but now we're kind of in an open spot.
Actually, we've already talked about all my talking points. I've been Xing them off. The only thing that's left that I had written down that I figured we would get to is hot takes. We haven't done our hot takes yet. But you could keep that in the chamber and open up the call-in line if you want.
You know what? So why don't I do that? I know there's one or two people down there that would enjoy calling in before they, because we get people in shifts, and I know that there are some people that are winding down. So why don't I throw it down there? If we don't have anyone call in, then we'll go to the hot takes, man. We have those, like you said, in our chamber anytime we need them. I didn't realize we hit all of those because those were some graphics I just had ready. You know what? I do have another one that I want to mention in case, maybe just stall a little bit for a caller or two to call in. a tweet that I thought was worthy of grabbing. And shout out to NYJ Matt, who is a very good Twitter follow. Very good. He also has a YouTube called Broadway Jets. If you need some sensible takes, he's one to follow. I don't have to stall very long, it looks like, but I will read this tweet. He said, and this was a few days ago, but he said, our old head coach attempted to confiscate his assistants' cell phones to see who was leaking information. Our owner used Madden ratings in determining player evaluation. Our old GM drafted Zach Wilson. Today, and this was a day this week, you can probably guess which day, but he said today is just a paper cut. We are the New York Jets. We are built for this shit. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, he's not wrong. Okay, we've endured far worse. Okay, we're still here, man. After the next atomic bomb, there will be cockroaches and there will be Jet fans, baby. We endure everything. Tanner Angstrand being shipped out and Duker being hired, and whatever else you want to lump in there, man. Just keep on ticking. So I thought that was a pretty good tweet, Murph. Anything you want to add to it, or do you want to get to the first caller of the night?
No, I mean the sentiment behind it is good, right? Like we've been through shit, and who else better that can handle going through shit than us? May not seem like it if you listen to some streams and you scroll through Twitter. We are reactionary, but we get over it quick, and we're on to the next thing, good or bad, whatever it may be. We can handle it. We'll be all right.
You know who else will be all right and really can roll with punches, Brother Murph?
There's quite a few guys, but hit me.
I believe it can also be said about this next person joining us. Chad, who do you think it is? I'm curious. First caller of the night. I don't know if there's ever been another first caller here in the Danger Zone, Murph, but there probably has. Without further ado, let's bring him out and see what he has to say. The one, the only, Charles Gorman.
Hey everyone.
Go on, Charles. How you doing, buddy?
Nothing much. Doing good, guys. Doing good. Listen, as you can see from my headline, I said R.I.P. Catherine O'Hara. She passed away today.
Mm.
The woman that played Macaulay Culkin's mom in the first two Home Alone movies. She was in Beetlejuice. Yep. She did Schitt's Creek. She did a lot of movies. And I was at my community inclusion program today. One of my friends showed me via phone that Catherine O'Hara passed away. I was like, what? I was like, oh, shit. We lost another good one. But as for the offensive coordinator picks, I honestly wouldn't mind Greg Roman because, people before he was in Buffalo, Baltimore, and most recently the Chargers, he was the offensive coordinator of the 49ers when Jim Harbaugh was the coach. And he had a great running game with Alex Smith as his quarterback and with Colin Kaepernick as his quarterbacks. They had a great running attack. So if Aaron Glenn really wants to be a quote-unquote wants to have a ground and pound type of offense, Greg Roman's his guy. I wouldn't mind him, but if I want a guy that could be capable to develop a quarterback, I want Frank Reich because he did have some success with Carson Wentz when he was the offensive coordinator in Philly. He did have great success with Andrew Luck in 2018, even though Andrew Luck was a developed player at that point. And even though he had pretty solid success, yes, same guy who never seen 8 Mile, yes. I've never seen that movie, nor have I heard that movie till today. My bad, everybody. My bad. But I've seen. I'm sorry. I lost my train of thought. Damn you, Clancy.
Will you do me a favor? Will you please watch it between now and next Friday night and give us your take on it?
I will. I
That
hope
would
it's
be
good.
awesome.
I heard it's a good. Is it a good movie? Do you recommend it?
I do. I mean, you'll have to get over the profanity in it, but I
Oh,
think
I'm used to that shit.
if you don't Google it, if
Charles
you
said,
don't-
"I'm built for that shit."
don't Google it, don't read the plot, man. Just go into it and enjoy it. I think you'll love it, Charles.
All right, thank you. I will. Thank you. Thank you for the recommendation. But
Back to
let
Frank
me
Wright.
think. Now. Frank Wright, yes, and he did have a good year with Phillip Rivers in 2020, and then of course, a year after that, Phillip Rivers retired. Of course, we all know he came out of retirement this past regular season. But he did play well we did have Phillip Rivers play well. In 2020, when he had Carson Wentz, who looked good, then he played like crap down the stretch. Then in 2022, Matt Ryan was way past his prime, so I can't fault him there. I cannot fault him there. The Colts made the move to trade for him, and he was not the same quarterback that he once was in his prime, even though I thought overall, especially in his prime with the Atlanta Falcons, he was a very good quarterback. But then, of course, Carolina things didn't work out. Carolina was a terrible franchise at that point. Bryce Young, still trying to adjust to the NFL level at that point. But this past year, he went 4-8 with the Stanford Cardinals. I think Stanford Cardinals.
Stanford. I don't know if they're the Cardinals. I'll take your word for that. But yeah, he did. Murph said he went 4-8, which is
That's not great, but that's the first year. A lot of coaches in their first year don't do very well. So I know it's the college stuff different from the pros, but we shall see. And I think Aaron Drew Luck retired not because of Frank Reich, but because he kept getting too many concussions. If you remember, before they drafted Ryan Kelly and Quentin Nelson, Andrew Luck had to deal with one of the worst offensive line units in the NFL. He kept getting hit, and they kept getting so many damn concussions. Like, you can only take so much, man. Like, even though he played behind a great offensive line a good portion of his career, he got concussed still, and that's Troy Aikman. He still got freaking concussed. I'm not saying great offensive line prevent you from getting concussed, but I'm just saying if he had a great offensive line, he would be less concussed, if that's the proper term to use. But I wouldn't mind Frank Wright. I think he can develop a quarterback. As for the Tanner Angstrand firing, I'm kind of surprised by it. Granted, I wasn't exactly a fan nor a hater or a naysayer of Tanner Angstrand. I thought he's done some good things. I thought he's done some questionable things. I also think he was dealt with a bad. I mean, Justin Fields was a major disaster and disappointment this past year. Brady Cook was a failed experiment, to say the least. Brady was cooked this past year. Not Tom Brady, but Brady Cook. No pun intended. But we shall see, man. I mean, as for this Brian Duker guy, we shall see, man. I wanted Jim Leonard. I think he's still the secondary coach of the Broncos. I mean, obviously, he was a solid safety when he played. I'll never forget him as a Jet when he was good for us. I mean, unfortunately, his last couple of years, he ended the season with really bad injuries, especially when we made it to the second straight trip to the AFC title game. But he was a good player. He was a good leader. He was a good role model for the players. And he wasn't too bad in Denver nor Buffalo in his last 2 years. I think he played for Cleveland too, but I could be wrong. But I do know for a fact that he was a very talented player. I'll never forget when I would play as him in Madden 10. The announcer kept calling him Leonard. I'm like, no, it's Jim Leonard.
Let me ask you, if we were foolish enough to pass on Jim Leonard, like many of us think we were, why do you think it's that no one else hired him? Or is that more of his choosing, you think? I know he interviewed with the Chargers, possibly could have joined old McDaniel and Harbaugh, and he did not. They hired someone else. I don't know. Is he going to be unemployed this year?
I can't answer that, dude. I'm not an expert in that department. But I do know this. I think he's done a great job developing the secondary in Denver. I mean, Pat Surtain, to me, I don't care what anybody says. I think when he's healthy, which he's pretty much been healthy his entire career. I think this was one of the few times he's missed games this year. I think he's the best corner in the game. I think I remember I know not everyone's crazy about the NFL Network's top 100 players list, but I remember one player comparing him to Darrelle Revis, where he would consistently follow and track the team's number one receiver and do his best to shut him down. So that to me is a tremendous compliment and award. I love Pat Surtain. His father was a great player too, if my memory serves me correctly. And especially from what I've heard, especially from my dad, who remembers a lot of players, who has a better memory than I do at certain points. Who's going to the Bills? Pat Surtain?
I think he means Jim Leonard.
Oh, really? He's going to the Bills. Wow.
Well, that's not confirmed. I think he's just dot connect. I mean, it's possible. It's possible.
Bills haven't had a great defense once Leslie Frazier left. Once Leslie Frazier left, their defense took a major downhill. I know we're not Bills fans. I know screw the Bills and all that crap. Personally, I don't hate Buffalo, but that's just me personally. But no, they've never confused me with Sean Austin. I like him. Loved him in Rudy. Like him as a voice actor. I'll never forget I almost forgot he was in the Goonies. I love that damn movie. Sean Astin, he was great in the Goonies.
Dude, his credits, if you look up his credits, man, he's been in some phenomenal shit, especially in the 80s and 90s. So good.
I loved him in Click with Adam Sandler, where he was macking with Kate Beckinsale.
You like some Kate Beckinsale, Charles?
She should have been Lois Lane in Superman Returns, but that's just me personally.
Would you take her to the underworld?
Huh?
Take her to the underworld?
She is the underworld, dude. She was underworld, bro. Well, she was one of the main reasons why I love those movies. That and those werewolves, vampires killing each other. So I know it may sound stupid to some, but that's all I gave a shit about.
Yeah, he was in Stranger Things.
He was in Stranger Things? Wow.
He was.
That's another show I gotta watch. Oh, that's a great show.
He actually had an admirable role in that too. If you haven't seen that, Charles, watch that after you watch 8 Miles and then review it here, of course. But Stranger Things, very good.
Also, Kate
How was part 2 of season 5? How was that?
What's that?
Did you guys finish watching part 2 of season 5 or something?
I watched it all. Yeah, I watched it all. It was good. It was really good.
Glad you enjoyed it, man. Yes, I am a horn dog, Scott Foster. I'm a single guy. I haven't had a girlfriend about 3 or 4 years. I'm desperate. I also don't have a job. So, yes, I have some horny urges.
I love
You'll have
way
that. But hey,
that.
all that stuff will fall together before you know it, dude. When you least expect it, more than likely.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
According to the
another
chat,
thing that I would also like to add,
yeah,
Kate is delicious. She's more than delicious. She's fucking delicious. But
hey, Van Helsing. Did you ever watch that one with her in it?
I love that movie. Some people didn't like it. I fucking love that movie with her and Hugh Jackman. That to me had one of the best looking werewolves I've seen in any movie.
Yeah.
Like, I know the movie wasn't well regarded by critics and by a lot of fans, but I freaking love that movie. It's one of my favorite Hugh Jackman movies, to be brutally honest.
Would you ever consider? Yeah, and I thought the Dracula and that was pretty sweet. Would you ever consider reviewing more films like that and venturing out of your Marvel reviews?
Well, I'm going to plan. Well, tomorrow, hopefully, weather permitting, me and two of my good friends, Colin and Thomas Leedy, we're going to try to go see Zootopia 2. That movie I heard was really good. I saw the first one a couple of weeks ago on Disney Plus with my community inclusion group, and I really enjoyed that one. I thought that movie was fantastic. Definitely impressed the living hell out of me. And I heard Zootopia 2 was only one of the best movies of last year, but it made over $1 billion. Made over a freaking. I know when a movie. I know
Holy hell.
movies. Yeah, because not a single comic book superhero movie. Superman didn't cross $1 billion. Fantastic Four didn't cross $1 billion. Thunderbolts didn't cross $1 billion. Captain America: Brave New World didn't cross $1 billion. None of those superhero movies crossed $1 billion. Yet that movie did.
Charles, I got to ask you. The salary cap went up to 300.
Yeah, I was listening to you guys on that.
So, when does the salary cap? Does it happen in our lifetime? You're close to my age, Charles. So, when does it happen in our lifetime? Does the salary cap hit $1 billion for the NFL?
I don't know about that, bro. I don't know about going that freaking far, but like I know just because a movie makes $1 billion doesn't mean it's good. I understand that 100%. You got to judge it for its content. But I'm glad the salary cap did go up a bit so people could spend more freaking money. But depends on who we spend it on. We can't spend it on garbage, you know? We can't spend it on garbage. We got to find, and we can't get, and please, enough with the jet tax bullshit, or we got to overpay to bring in some quality players. And they come in and they play like shit. You know, I'm sick and tired of that crap. Although I want good players, I want players that fucking want to be here and change the fucking franchise. I know I was on Mad Max's show yesterday, and Eli Betts, you shout out to him, he wanted Bradley Chubb. I said, look, I like me some Bradley Chubb. He's a very good player, very good pass rusher. But I don't think he wants nothing to do with us. I think he's tired of the fucking Dolphins. I think he wants to go to a contender.
No more Tremaine Johnsons.
Tremaine, oh my God, that dude was a bomb. Bomb! Excuse my language for screaming. My dad, when he went to the Jet game against the Bills week 1, 2019, he and all of his boys were cursing him out. You fucking suck. Get off the field. Get off the field. Get off the field. My dad comes back later on the day, loses his voice and shit.
Question from the chat, Charles, that I would be remiss to overlook. Boomtown89er says, for the handsome man in the gray shirt, is Jessica Rabbit the hottest cartoon character of all time?
She's in the goddamn conversation. I mean, she's a sex symbol for a reason. I mean, people think, it's freaking, I think a lot of people forget, and I'm not trying to get political here necessarily, but men can be sexualized too. It's not just the women. Men can be sexualized too.
Oh, I know.
Especially with their features and so forth. Is she the hottest female cartoon character of all time? She's in the conversation, man. She's in the damn. I mean, you got some anime women like Nami, Nico Robin, Boa Hancock from One Piece. You got
Miss Piggy.
Oh, fuck out of here with that. Damn. I mean, you got some comic book women that are sexually attractive, like Mary Jane Watson, Lois Lane, Catwoman, Poison Ivy, Wonder Woman. She's a sex symbol. I don't care what anybody fucking says. Harley Quinn, she's a sex symbol. Who else? Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel, she's a sex symbol. Spider-Woman, Jessica Drew is a sex Invisible Woman. Like a lot of these characters. Mrs. Impossible was Mrs. Impossible.
You haven't watched The Impossibles?
I watched Kim Possible, but not The Impossible. Did I watch The Impossible?
Or is it called Impossible? I already forgot the name of the show. I thought it was called The Impossibles. Maybe not.
I got to look that shit up, but I mean, look, man, there's a lot of sexually attractive women in fiction, man. They're all over the... And there's some men that are overly sex. He-Man's a sex symbol, too. He-Man, because of his muscular features.
Yeah, it's The Incredibles.
Oh, The Incredibles. Yeah. That's what it is. Barney.
Oh, Elastigirl. Oh, hell yeah. Remember where we saw her ass? In the first one, when she was checking out her ass? In the mirror,
I remember. That was crazy.
That was a great movie. I watched both of them. They were great movies. And funny enough, true story, true fact. The actress that voiced her in that movie was the senator is one of the senators in Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice.
Is this
I
her?
think yes, that's her. Yes,
Okay.
the actress that voiced Elastigirl, Mrs. Incredible, in that movie. Oh my God, I had a butt. But no, the actress that voiced her in the Incredibles movies played one of the senator or congresswomen, Congress
Off the
people
rails.
in
Off the
Batman v
rails.
Superman: Dawn of Justice. I forgot her name. Fuck. But she's a good actress, from what I understand. She's supposed to be a good actress, from what I understand. And I thought she was good.
Charles, I got to stop you. I got a question for you. Wilma Flintstone or Betty Rubble?
Oh my God, you're taking me back to my childhood. I would say Wilma Flintstone, Betty Rubber, or Jane Jetson. They're all 10 out of 10s in my opinion. I would love to see them make a live action.
All around.
The Jetsons is my mother's favorite cartoon. Like she told me many
Is that
times.
why? Is that why you became a Jets fan?
No, my dad had something to do with that, not her. The Jetsons. I know I know what you meant by that. I know it's a joke, but the Jetsons is to me one of the greatest cartoons of all time. I'll put that over Family Guy any day of the fucking week. I know Jetsons get parodied on Family Guy too, but I will take the actual cartoon, the Jetsons, and put it over Family Guy, Robot Chicken, any day of the goddamn week, because that show is just so timeless to me. It's great. It's well written. It's just a beautiful cartoon to me. Plus, it's my mother's favorite. It's one of my favorite Hanna-Barbera cartoons. Rest in peace to William Hanna and Joseph Barbera. You will never be forgotten, but you will be missed. But I grew up. I would love to see make a live action Jets, because we did get a couple of live action Flintstones movie. Granted, one of them sucked, in my opinion. Cough, cough. Flintstones in Rock Vegas. That movie was so bad. That movie was so fucking bad. The first one with John Goodman and oh God, the one with John Goodman, Elizabeth Perkins, Halle Berry, and oh God, if I forget. I forgot his name. Shit. Rick Moranis?
I don't know. Are you sure? I'm flying by the seat of your pants.
Rick Moranis, I was right. Who was Rick Moranis? I almost forgot his name. I said Rick Moranis. I'm like, oh shit. You know, he did Spaceballs. He did Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. He did Ghostbusters. He did Little Shop of Horrors. He's going to come back for the new Spaceballs movie, which I can't wait to watch. Mel Brooks, you didn't believe that some bitch is almost 100 years old?
Dude, love Mel Brooks. For real, if you have no idea who Mel Brooks is, you need to do some Googling or some.
Mel Brooks is a legend. I love him. He's hysterical.
Yep. Dude, there was a one of his shitty films even in the 90s. I think I've seen 100 times. It's called Life Stinks. But he also has made so many good films, man. Anything he is in, I was willing to watch.
Yes, I'm wearing underwear. I'm wearing clothes right now. Yes, everybody.
Charles, since we have you here, we also have someone behind you, but I have a super chat that's sat too long, and I want to get your thoughts on it since you are here now, and I think you would have an educated take on this. Would you take it first? I'm going to read it to you first, so let me finish it, and then give us your take on this. This is coming in from eBoogie, $4.99 super chat. He says, do you guys want Diego Pavia and Kyler Murray or Cole Payton and Kirk Cousins? If no, what combination of quarterback do you guys would you guys like to see as Jets? Do you have a take with this, Charles? I mean, the first
Yes, I
take.
do. I'm glad he brought that up because I want nothing to do with Kyler Murray. I don't know much about Diogo Pavia. Cole Payton, I don't know much about. Pass on Kirk Cousins. Look, he's a good guy. He was a decent quarterback in his day, but I think he's past his prime. That's just me personally. I wouldn't. I want nothing to do with Mac Jones. He's a douchebag. He tries to hit people in the nuts when he gets tackled. I wouldn't mind. Maybe we could get back Mike White. I miss him. He was fun to watch. I know he was more of a backup, but I thought he was a more competent quarterback when you give him a decent offensive line and a good offensive coordinator to build him up or so forth. I mean, that game against the Bengals, to me, is legendary. Call that a fluke, you're a fucking asshole. Like, come on. I'm not talking to the used guys, but that game was no fluke because in his first ever NFL game, despite throwing 2 crappy interceptions, he throws for 400 fucking yards and 3 touchdowns. When's the last time we got that? When's the last time we got that shit? And the Bengals went up going to the AFC, going to the Super Bowl.
Agreed.
That year.
E-Boogie, Murph and I are going to circle back to that. But Charles, you sounded off, man. Also, Amin says you are a legend incarnate.
Please, you guys are the legends. You guys, help support me. You guys,
Charles, we
what
love
I
you,
do
man.
is what I
You're a
do.
brother. You're a brother.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But, the fans is what make you. If you don't remember where you came from, you're a piece of garbage.
Hey, dude, we're all fellow fans here, man. Let me ask you. I do have a couple rapid fires. We have a caller behind you, but I got a couple real quick directed solely at you. Can you handle a couple of those?
Sure thing.
Okay. Clancy chimes in. He says, Charles, Lois could get it too, though, right?
What are you talking about? Can you be more specific, Clancy?
I think he means Lois Lane.
Lois Griffin.
I know what he means, but what do you mean get it what
Lois
to?
Griffith. Oh.
Screw Lois Griffin. She's a horrible mother.
Okay, what about Lois Lane?
She's fine. I mean, she's a good mother to Jonathan Samuel Kent. Yes, her and Superman had a child together. And trust me, it was not an easy birth delivery as you think it would be. She did have help from Batman and Wonder Woman, and it was fine.
Okay, got another one for you. Boomtown says, just so he can finalize his notes. You know him. He's the note taker.
I didn't
he says,
say
Charles.
He-Man over
Charles. There are some people who are not watching this show. They're listening. I got to read the question. Give me 1 second. Charles, to finalize Boomtown's notes, you went with He-Man over Jessica Rabbit, correct?
No, I said He-Man is a sex symbol too. Jessica Rabbit's in the conversation for being the most attractive female character of all time. I didn't say He-Man over Jessica Rabbit. That's not what I said. I think he misinterpreted.
I see. Well, you clarified it just now, right?
Good clarification.
Yeah. Just clarification, but Jessica Rabbit, oh my God. When I first saw her as a kid, I wanted to drool. I wanted to drool out of my mouth.
Here's a really good, well, and I have one more after this, but really good question, I think, here. Velma or Daphne?
They're both great characters. I know a lot of people weren't crazy with the change from Velma, but that's a different story for another time. But obviously when it comes to the brains, Velma and Daphne are obviously Velma's smarter. Daphne's more of the guy magnet, the eye candy. But I've always liked Daphne a bit more because she tries to improve each time. Originally, she was always danger-prone Daphne, but years later, she improved in that regard. So I'll probably go with Daphne, but I do like them both. And I definitely did like the actress. I know Sarah Michelle Gellar played Daphne in the 2 live-action Scooby-Doo movies that were written by James Gunn, one of my personal favorite directors, even though he didn't direct those Scooby-Doo movies. But when I think of Daphne, I think of Heather North. May her soul rest in peace. Although I do like Grey Griffin or Grey Deleuze, whatever she goes by now.
Heather who?
Heather North. She was the longtime voice of Daphne Blake in the Scooby-Doo franchise.
That's
she
Peter's
wasn't the
brother,
original.
Right?
What?
Her brother's Peter, right?
I don't think so, no.
Okay.
Look her
One
up, man.
last, yeah. Well, look up her brother sometime, Charles. All right, I got one more for you, Charles, and this might be before your time, and I apologize if it is, but I think some of the chat will appreciate this question. I don't know when it'll load, but
Gilligan's Island. Oh my god, I love watching reruns of that show too. Both
take
of
your
those girls
pick.
were freaking stunning.
Take
Fuck
your
it, I'll
pick.
take them both. I'll take them both home. Fuck it. I mean, they were both stunning. They were both gorgeous. I didn't give a shit. I liked it when they kissed Gilligan. I didn't give a shit. I
Charles,
forgot their names, but I loved them.
Ginger, and Marianne.
Of course, Ginger. The redhead's got to be named Ginger. Of course.
Yeah,
Name a redhead Ginger.
You know what?
Brilliant writing right there. And
Just to
Marianne,
tease the audience, next week we're going to have Charles on. He's going to give us his 8 Mile take. Then we're going to ask him which Spice Girl is his favorite. So stick around next Friday night, 9
giggity,
p.m.
giggity,
Eastern.
giggity goo. Watch me Rick Raymond Quagmire. Peace out, everybody.
Charles, I love you, brother. Have a good night, man.
See you, Charles.
The chat, dude, Clancy. Shh. Let him Google. Just to clarify, Charles, Heather North's brother, Peter. Check him out. All right. Without further, and Murph, I know you were kind of feeling 2 hours. We're hitting that now, but I do have a caller on the line for both of us. Can you handle one more?
I gotta say hi to our good buddy. Of course I do.
From the DMV. If that teases it at all, chat. Let's see who can guess who this caller is first. Coming from the DMV, all the way from the JW Dub. I mean, whatever you want to say. Without further ado, the one, the only, Johnny Boy.
Yo, what's going on, boys? How you guys holding up, man?
Good, Johnny. Good. How are you, buddy?
Oh, chilling, man. Just day by day.
Dude,
Hey, I didn't know this.
Fire fit, man. Fire fit.
Thank you. I didn't know this show was sponsored by KY Jelly. Pretty dope.
Hey, man. KY called me.
Hey, dude, man. Hey, how's it been with the Jets, bro? Like, any news is broken or anything as of late? Have you guys heard?
Nothing.
Dude, still looking for a staff, players. I think we have an O-line, but that's nowhere to go but up, man. Right?
Hey, I would say, Charles, can you stand up? You know what I mean? Hey, now, yo, shout out to Charles though, man. Charles, good dude. Dude, it's been pretty wild, bro. What's everything going on with the Jets right now? So how to hop in the danger zone real quick, and I want to hear you guys' thoughts, man. Like, are you guys down with the Duke? Count Dooku. I mean, I'm trying to make up some cool names for a homie.
Dude,
Man, maybe
Duke
our
Nukem.
maybe with Duke or our RB1 can be a juker. I don't know. That would be a first. You know what? I let me just say, like 99% of the takes I've seen about the staff hires and firing so far have been negative. And we talked about it at the top of the show at length, but like just to reiterate, because I know you were putting on a fire stream yourself over there, brother.
Appreciate that.
What I would say, just to reiterate, is it's not bad. I'm not pessimistic. It's unknown, and that's scary. And I think a lot of us are scared because what we've seen the last couple of off seasons, maybe not last off season, but the off season before that, we're used to knowing what we're going to get or thinking we know what we're going to get. Right now, we have no fucking idea. We assume, but also like should be better than last year. I don't care if it's Helen Keller, as someone said in the private chat a moment ago. If it's Helen Keller, it still might be better than we got. So unknown, scary. I am scared. It's just like I don't want to sim to 2027, but at the same time, like Let's see, man, because it's not Wilkes, it's not Fields again, and Helen Keller could be a huge upgrade on Wilkes and Fields for all I know. Murph, what do you think?
It's like I said earlier, man. Like, just because you don't know a guy's name before doesn't mean that they're no good, right? Um, the thing I'm curious about is we heard a lot of rumblings about Glenn is going to want to call the plays. I would like to know if that's true or not, but I haven't seen that confirmed. So um, I don't know. Like like I said, one of the one positives that you can definitely take away from it is that him and Glenn have chemistry. Right? They've worked together before. They know how each other operates. So that's a plus because him and Wilkes apparently didn't. I think most of us knew that if he hired Wink, they probably wouldn't. So we at least know that there won't be like that type of dysfunction, you know. Now, whether it works or not, we don't know. But can it be that much worse? We had one of the worst defensive Decembers I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, ever out of any team. So it can't get much worse than that, right? So we'll see how it goes, And another thing to look forward to is like, hey, like we got an influx of talent coming into this team soon. If you trust Muji to do it, there should be an influx of talent coming to this team, and probably a lot of it's going to go towards that defense. So we'll see how next year goes, man.
100%. I mean, I think that's the biggest thing that's out there right now, right? It's the unknown because we've been so used to everything being leaked out so much that we're just like, oh, we already know what's going on. This is the next move, and at this moment, we don't. And people are just picking at anything that they can and trying to spin it as a narrative that there's no backing to it, and it's going to be tough. Like,
Dude, the easy thing to say is we are gonna be picking first in 2027. That's not worthwhile. It's gonna be a dumpster fire. Glenn's gonna be fired before the buy, dude. If you could bet that in Vegas, you would get 10 cents on $100 bet. Like that's the easy thing. Again, I've even been pissed. I've said the same things this week, man. But it's like the more and more I reflect on it, it's like, dude, we just don't know. We don't know what we're getting. We don't know. And the bar is so low that honestly, like our defense was cheeks. Our quarterback was horrendous. So it doesn't even take a lot to make this team dramatically look better. It doesn't. Will we get the same performance again? Maybe. But guys, backs are against the wall. He's got one chance. He's got to figure it out, man, and not be an executive. He's got to figure it out. We can make massive strides just by not being terrible. So I don't care who it is. I don't care that I don't know them. Figure it out. Glenn knows him. Glenn hired him, and this is Glenn's last chance. So I assume that who he picked, he likes.
yeah, 100%. I mean, you said it. You got a guy that has his back against the wall right now. He's going to claw at everything that he can to try to get this organization. First and foremost, the organization means something to him. We haven't had a coach since probably I would have to say Rex Ryan that the New York Jets mean something to him. So you have that piece of it. And just for everybody to be like, you know what, AG, fuck it. Like we're firing you. That's it. Like get him out 1 year with nothing, with a declining defense that was coming in with players that you didn't know. I think if I'm not mistaken, the year before most of our line was with nothing but undrafted free agents that we had over there. You know what I'm saying? So like the expectation now, did I have some expectations there? Yes, because I'll say it right now. My expectations for next year is to have a winning season, as it should be for anybody that roots for this team. I want this damn team to win. But my brain, right, is saying, yo, maybe 3 to 5 wins, right? If it goes over there, I don't know because I don't know. It's unknown at this point. And dude, this kid Duker could be some genius of a defensive player that nobody knows about, and maybe he unlocks some crazy schemes, and we're like, holy shit, you know. And you know what? If Aaron Glenn is the guy that's going to be making these plays, is going to call them, fuck it, so be it. You know, let him do what he needs to do to try to make us better. But you're right, Murph. There has been nothing out there that is said or is concrete evidence that is saying, hey, he's gonna be calling the plays. Just like this whole bogus shit that came out with Gruden. You know,
Yeah.
like, and then you got what's his name from the fan that comes out and he's like, yo, yeah, there was a conversation, but the conversation was not about, you know, hey, come on over to the New York Jets and be an OC or anything. You just nowadays, like, you can't make a phone call from somebody that's done it and has been in a shit organization before with the Oakland Raiders and all that crazy crap that was going over there. Yo, how did you deal with it? Right? Yo, Gruden, let me know. Like, everybody was calling for your head at this point, you know, to the point where Josh McDaniel came in and he was the guy. Like,
I
how did you deal with it?
I don't like the beat. I take everything that the beat says with a grain of salt. You can't take what they say as law. And I'm not even going to blame those guys. It could just be their sources are misinformed, you
Mm-hmm.
know? And, maybe it's a guy, a source that got them a good, reliable story a couple times. And then it's like, well, this dude's reliable. And then this time that guy misheard something in the building or whatever it could be. You got to take those beat guys like with a grain of salt. I'm not saying that everything that they do or say is wrong, but they do miss sometimes, and sometimes they pop off before they fully confirm a fact or something, and so we can't just and the thing is the timing of it was really bad because it's at a point whenever Jets fans are really down, right? Like, we hire this no-name guy as our defensive coordinator. We fired our offensive coordinator whenever a lot of fans actually wanted. That was like one of the few guys we wanted to keep. And Jets fans are down right now. It feels like a dysfunctional mess. Oh, well, let's drop this Gruden thing that it might be true, might not, And then Jets fans were like, well, of course they did. Of course that happened. And it just stirs the pot even more. It gets clicks, it gets the thing going, it gets, stirs the flames. But like I said, take anything you guys read from those beat guys, Samini, Rosenblatt, yeah, all those guys, Country Club Connor, as Frankie likes to call them. Take it with a grain of salt. I'm not saying that they're always wrong. They probably do hit from time to time on things and actually know what they're talking about, but sometimes they fuck up too.
Yeah,
uh,
100%.
the Gruden thing. I am glad though. Like, say what you want about Gruden. I know he had some controversy there for a minute, but the fact that he came out and was like, "Hey, yeah, that didn't happen," like they didn't get a hold of me about anything like that. I appreciate that about him because. And he even said, he's like, and I want to wish them best of luck, and they're moving forward with their organization and stuff. But they didn't reach out to me about that position, so I do appreciate that about Gruden.
Yeah, like the way I looked at that whole entire thing with Gruden, I felt like it was a hit piece on Aaron Glenn because, bro, let's be honest, dude. There's a lot of people that just do not like Aaron Glenn and never liked him from the jump. So anything that he's gonna do wrong, they're just going to just be like, "Yo, I told you so." And it's easier to do that because, I mean, shit, how many years have we been bad for? You know, and it's just the constant, constant beating of the New York Jets because it's easy to do, you know. But there's other teams that are worse, man, and have dealt with worse shit than we are. I mean, for example, the Raiders, bro. The Raiders are known for notoriously having horrible draft picks and should pick a player, but they don't, and they go this other one. but nobody talks about that because it's the Raiders. You know what I mean? The New York market brings you more clicks and everything to that sense. So I think this year is the year that I could get on the board if the Aaron Glenn stuff doesn't start going up as we are somewhat expecting it to be. Because, bro, dude, if he's 0-7 and he starts 0-7 or some shit like that, it's gonna happen, bro. Like you can't come back from that.
Yeah, and I'm leaning towards thinking something like that is going to happen, or maybe not 0-7, but like 2-7. Like I feel like it's going to be rough. Things don't look great right now. That doesn't mean I'm rooting for it though.
Correct.
If Glenn gives me 10 wins next year, I'm fucking elated, and I'm elated that he did it because the reason that we were all excited was because he was a Jet and he wanted the job and all that. That's great. That gives you that feel good. You know what I mean? And so if he can do it, if he figures out how to turn this around, makes us more competitive, finally starts that vision that he said he had from the get go, you know, if he does it, dude, I'm thrilled. But as of right now, what I'm looking at, it's not looking great. You know, I'm going to call it for what it is right now. But I tell you what, I'm a Jets fan, dude. I'm rooting for him on Sundays.
Exactly.
And fuck that draft pick. You know what I mean? Like, if I get a winning season next year for the first time in what, a decade or so? Yeah, dude, fuck that draft pick. We'll figure it out. We got 3 of them bitches. So we'll figure it out if we need to get a quarterback or whatever's going on. So I don't know. Like, I'm still hopeful. Like, there's still something out there for us, right? We got draft picks to work with. We got ways to build talent on this team. Is he the man to do it? That dude in the top left? For me, I'm looking at the left. But yeah, is that the dude to do it? I don't know. But we're in a position that if he doesn't do it this season, we have a way to do it the next season. Maybe with somebody else, So either way, I got something to look forward to. It may not be immediate, but I do have something to look forward to. So I'm not sitting here dwelling in the depths and being like, oh my God, this team, it ain't happening. Not for me, dude. I'm going to root for them this year. And if they don't do it, we'll probably change coaches and I'm going to root for them next year too. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to be excited because it'll be another change, but it'll be a chance, Um, so I don't know. I hope Glenn does turn it around. That's all I'm kind of getting at.
And this other thing, man, like the comparison that goes back to JD and Salah, right? And I'm bringing that up because it needs to be talked about. Like that JD and Salah did more than that. First off, we still did not have a winning season under that regime. Okay. So I don't care about the draft picks that he's done and that they've brought over here because you know what? We still had a losing organization. You could kick it any way you want to or whatever, but we didn't win. We haven't been in the playoffs and for how long? Okay? But I remember JD and Salah, right, telling a quarterback that, hey, yeah, bro, we're going to keep you because you are our future. You're the plans for it. And then a couple of days later, they ended up trading his ass. And guess where that guy is at right now? You know what I'm saying? So, like, you could say all this stuff about JD. You could say all this stuff about Salah and all that. Bro, Salah on his first presser with Tennessee is saying, yo, I felt like a freaking glorified fan on the side just calling timeouts. Bro, how do you say that?
He's never been great with press conferences. I think he's too honest sometimes. And I don't want to like be a defender necessarily, but I do feel like we have to be fair in our criticisms. And I think that the thought process with the Sam Darnold stuff, I think it was a logical thought. Like a lot of people were like, we kind of just need to reset, right? Because most of us knew that that first year with Sala, that was one of the lowest teams in terms of talent that I've ever seen us put forth in a year. I knew that first year was going to be bad with Sala. The reason I'm so down on Glenn this year is because we did have some talent on this team, unlike that first year with Sala. So like I expected that with Sala. I thought this team would be a little feistier, at least give me 6 or 7 wins, but whatever. I'm not getting too far into that. The Darnold thing, like there was some logic behind it. It made sense to kind of just hit the reset. Like we had the cap, the draft pick, we had it made sense. And also it's easy to sit here and say, hindsight is 2020. It's easy to sit here and be like, oh, that was stupid. They should have known better. Well, how'd they know that Sam Darnold, 5 years later, 4 years later, was going to be a stud? They didn't. We didn't. I mean, there were
Dude,
some people that were believers, but nobody really did. And he made 4 different stops in between us and
Correct.
where he's at now. So, that you got to be fair in your assessment there, because they're looking back at it in that year of whatever the hell it was. I can't remember now, 2022, whatever, 21, whatever. They're looking at it then, and they're like, well, if we're looking at his statistics, we're looking at his tape, he might be ruined. He's seeing ghosts, like the previous regime might have ruined this kid. Maybe we should just hit the reset, in their mind. That's, we have a chance to draft a quarterback high in a quarterback rich draft. I mean, guys, there was Zach Wilson, Justin Fields, Trevor Lawrence. I mean, that was a quarterback rich draft. So,
and we haven't had another chance for 5 years, man. We had to strike, or I mean, it's like well, not this year. It's not, that's a bad comp. We're not taking Ty Simpson at 2, but like you see how, what I'm trying to say is you see how seldom those chances come around. So it's
yeah,
either, is Darnold the guy you got to decide right now, or you wait 5 more years? Well, guess what? How many did it take Darnold to even look palpable? It took majority of those 5 years, and we would have cut him or traded him 3 more times after that if we stuck with him then.
But my whole thing is that they told him he was the future here, just to go ahead and trade him. Like that was my whole take, because Aaron Glenn right now is getting so much shit because of the stuff that he's said. We're gonna win right now. I want to win right now. This team has the potential to go ahead and win right now. So like it's no different to me from what the previous regime stated when it came to that individual or the other stuff that I was gonna, we were told that fucking Zach Wilson was going to be that guy off of one fucking play, so like I just, but we gave this regime chances, right? They were calling for Salah to take over the call playing on defense for such a long time as well. So when he did, right, and then once Obert kind of got the ropes of what he needed, he let him do his own thing. But then he comes out and he says, "Yo, I felt like a glorified fan on the side, just calling timeouts and holding a clip." I'm like, shit, man. Like, is it like, why'd you feel like that? Right? You were the dude, you were the head coach, you were supposed to be the one that was supposed to be leading, the leader of men, and all this shit. Don't eat crow, all this crap that you were saying, dude. I know guys that played for him and said what you saw on the pressure is not what you saw in the back. But he also tried to run that damn organization as a country club. Yo, why are you
yeah,
texting? Why are you texting Beningo or whatever? Right? Why
yeah,
are you doing these things and all that? But now we have a guy that is like, yo, fuck the media, f this, f over there, and everything. And then they put a hit piece on this cat, and they don't like him because he's too mean to them. He's just such a mean guy when he gets up on the podium. I don't understand it. Maybe it's a different generation that we come from, guys, that they kind of build people different to that sense.
I mean, Murphy is like a generation younger. It sounds like from a conversation earlier with Charles. You know,
All right. Anyway, first of all, like I'm going to touch on a couple things. Dude, Solid, he messed up a lot, dude. He did. Like he messed up a lot of the press conference stuff. He messed up in his coaching style. I think the dude's a good coach.
Agreed.
I don't think that he's a good head coach, or at least not yet. There's a possibility he'll figure it out. He's obviously trying new things, so whatever. Wish him the best of luck, except for when he plays us. Fuck him then. Um, the Glenn thing, yeah, dude is he. If you're going to treat the media like Glenn treats them, he's going to have a target on his back. So he's got to be built for that shit. You know what I mean? Like, and that's fine. I don't care if he wants to approach it that way. That's fine. I find it entertaining. So sure, whatever. But he's got to be prepared for that. And when the media isn't on your side, your leash can be a little shorter, because fans, they read what these beat reporters put out. They see what these guys tweet out, the media, they see what all these things are happening. So if the media ain't on your side, then where maybe a normal coach that acts a little differently would get 3 years, you might only get 2, So you better be prepared. You better have your shit together. And I hope he does. I really do. But that I'm just saying, like that in my mind, that's what's going on. Like you said, like why are they got to put a hit piece out on him whenever Sala was doing all this dumb shit? Totally get you, but also he's kind of bringing that on himself a little bit. And also, you know what cures all this fucking bullshit?
Winning.
Thank you.
I know.
yeah, or even competitive, man. It's sad that we can spin it that way, but competitive 17 games, you could go 3-15 again, dude. If you look good in all, or 3-14, you look good in them all. I'll count that as a win. Call me crazy. Guys, I have a couple super chats. I think you guys are probably the best 2 people I could pick to rattle through a few of them because they are topical questions. Do you guys have a couple minutes?
Yeah, I'm Gucci, bro.
Yeah, I can go through the super chats, but I'm passing the baton to old Johnny Boy, and I'm going to deuce out after him. Okay.
We'll probably honestly wrap after that. I know Johnny has been on for a while too. He's probably cool with that, barring a last second caller. But all right, let's get through them. Got 4 or 5 here. We'll try to keep it short and concise, but I do want your thoughts. Jake chimes in because I did throw a funny graphic up about how Glenn was punning us to Arch. He says, and mind you, a member for 3 months, and that's not a gifted member. He is a paying member for 3 months. So Jake, man,
Jake.
For real. He says he's feeling doom. He would Arch even come here? What do you guys think of that sentiment? Because there's a lot of people out there saying, dude, if we get the number 1 pick and we tank or we suck, guess what, man? Glenn's fired, but Arch is just going to go say, you know what, deuces, I'm going back for my senior year. Is that a thing? Would that happen in that scenario? What do you guys think?
You start, Johnny.
All right. Appreciate that. So I can't stand this narrative, okay, with all these players thinking that they could be able to pick where they're going to. First and foremost, bro, all 3 of us would do, I don't know what we would do to play in the NFL or play any type of professional sport and have an opportunity to play like this, okay? What happened to that? The expectation now for these cats and these guys that are coming out, it's gone, bro, and it's insane. So if Arch Manning does not want to come to the New York Jets, fuck him. Let him go somewhere else and go be over there, because it is not a guarantee that Arch Manning, just because he's the 3rd best Manning, whatever, because of Cooper Manning son or whatever, is going to be any good with the New York Jets itself. It's not, or any NFL team there. So that's my take on Arch Manning. Like, I get it, the tank for Arch and all that crap that's going on there. I just can't, bro. You need to be here. You should be like, yo, thank you for picking me as the first pick overall, if that's the point, because we would kill to be that. There's if you look at the numbers and all that, there's only a certain few that's made it to the pros. So that's my take on that.
Yeah, and I'm going to kind of reiterate what you said there, Johnny. That's a blessing. Making it to the NFL, like even as a 7th round pick, is a blessing. There is a very, very small percentage of dudes that do that. It is not an easy thing to do. People talk about, oh, would this guy even want to coach for the dude? There's 32 of those jobs, head coach jobs. There's 32 of them. Like those dudes are happy to take a job, and they just hope that they can turn it around. You're not going to turn away something like that. It's super, super, super rare for a player to turn their nose up at a team. And a lot of people say that Peyton did that to us. I don't even know that he did. I think he just made the decision he thought was best for him. Also, some people say that Bill Parcells kind of like said something to him to make him feel some type of way, like I don't even know if I'm going to draft you first overall or something. I don't know what the hell that was all about. Anyway, super, super rare that a team does that. Like what Eli did that, and him and Rivers ended up getting swapped. That was super weird. I don't know.
Elway.
Elway, yeah, he was originally a Falcon, right?
Decades ago, though.
Yeah, I mean that's 2 instances in our lifetime. That's it. It's super rare, man. People are generally just happy to be picked. You get picked first overall, like you're guaranteed a career in the league. If you get picked first overall, even if you're a bust with your first team, another team's going to pick you up as their backup and hope that they can develop you because they're like, dude, this dude was picked first overall. He's got to have something. I think I can fix him. People have made careers, busts have made careers as backups and shit just because they were picked first overall, second overall, whatever. Zach Wilson still has a job, like people are happy to be drafted. People are happy to get an opportunity to be a head coach. That whole thing is BS. Jake, dude, I understand it. You're down. You're feeling doom. A lot of us are. When you only win 3 games, you're going to feel bad about it, right? That's because we're Jets fans. We care, right? But Arch is not going to turn us down. And plus, I'm pretty sure, and I think somebody even came, one of our guests on the show came on and said it. They said something about they had seen an interview where somebody asked Arch if he would even play for the Jets, and he's like, hell yeah, I'd play for the Jets. Like, so I haven't seen that video, so I'm not going to tell you that that's 100%. But somebody had said that on stream one night, and it stuck with me. But
I mean, hell, he played for Texas.
Yeah, no doubt. But yeah, don't feel that far down about it, because even if Arch isn't the dude, who's to say that the next guy's not a stud? You know what I mean? We've had drafts where there's three studs at a time. Maybe Arch is a bust. I mean, I think Boss Girl was saying it in here earlier. She was like, what did Arch even do to guarantee that he's the first overall pick? Yeah, he looked a little rough at first. That first game against Ohio State, looking pretty rough, So, and I'm not downing the kid. He's talented, whatever. We'll see how the season progresses. We have a whole nother college football season to look for, see if he progresses and gets better, whatever. But at the same time, we may get better. Or maybe we get a different coach, Jake. Maybe this isn't it, We get a different coach, and let's say we get a Mike Tomlin in here. That changes everything. All of a sudden, any player that has any doubts whatsoever, they're like, oh, shit. Mike Tomlin's
a couple things. Agreed. And gentlemen, you guys went up. Good. Final thoughts?
I get it. I'm going to wrap it. I'm just saying, Jake, buddy, I totally understand it. Just breathe. Just remember to breathe. We all have these moments where we get down. We're like, oh, my God, this team, whatever. Just breathe, brother. There's always something to look forward to. Right now, I'm looking at the draft. Even if I don't believe in the coach, you know, we may stumble up onto a fucking Hall of Fame player in the draft. Every year, you always have that chance. So I'm looking forward to it, man. So, Jake, hang out with us, dude. Vent if you need to. We're here. Love you, buddy.
Dude, I mean, and I don't want to pitch a whole take. I'll just add a couple things that I've seen lurking. I didn't know, like some of these I knew, some I did not. But dude, who's to say Arch Manning is awesome? Who's to say he's not? But he does have two Hall of Famer, well, one and a half Hall of Famers in the family. Hey, man, we have a guy right here on this team that has two Hall of Famers in his family. He's our tight end one, baby. And look how well he. No, okay, all right, shut up, Dane. We'll see, we'll see. But
I'm saving that rant for a different stream, Dane.
yeah. Sorry,
yo,
my
Dano,
bad.
and
Too soon.
and Dano and Murph and the whole Bill Parcells thing that he said, whatever to Manning. You know why he says that? Is to let him know that you're not bigger than the team. Okay. And
Yeah,
that's something that's super important as well, because you're not. It's a team fucking game. All right. And yes, the quarterback position is important, but he needs a wide receiver. He needs a running back. He needs a line to block for him. You're not bigger than the damn team.
agreed.
Okay. How many Super
All
Bowls
right,
did Bill
guys,
Parcells win?
you're both here another hour if
One.
you keep this up. You know.
Manning won two, so maybe Manning is better in the team. I don't know.
What I
ahead.
would say to Jake's original point, and we got to move on. Would Arch even come here? We have a leg up. It's not Cleveland, man, because guess what? Eli Manning still lives here. He has lived here. That's a leg up, man. That is a leg up than Eli had, or Peyton. I'm sorry, Peyton had in what 1999. He didn't have a brother or whatever here. Like, so who knows, man? Times have changed. Also, situations have changed. Also, like, I'm sorry, but the way culture has changed and canceling people and shit, like, dude, don't be sensitive. Come here. If you're that dude, show it, man. What bigger
That's right.
challenge than to come here and do it, man?
That's right.
50 million guaranteed, though. Whew. And if you plan on having an entire career in the league, like your brothers or whatever the hell, like race that second contract. Don't go back to college. What are you doing, man? But also, if you want to avoid us by going back to school, we might just be there waiting for you the next year. So there.
More.
Yeah, more. All right, let's get through some more. And this one is a good one. I'm sorry I missed it earlier. E-Boogie, it was at a hot time in the chat, but $4.99. He says, how do you guys feel if the Jets go all in on the defense and fix that side first, maybe to save Glenn's job? I don't know. Fix that side first, then go over to the offense the next year.
All right. I've been fighting this one, okay, because I feel like all we ever draft is defensive players, okay? And I want offense so bad, but this time around, it seems like this draft is a little bit more heavier on the defense, especially if you're trying to get some of those like A1 type of players. So I would be fine if we go defense, at this point. Like, fix it, because the defense was bad, bro. It was really, really bad last year. I think we were ranked like in the 30s, if I'm not mistaken. Like, it was bad. So that's what he's known for. If he's going to be calling the defensive plays, get the guys that fit, that are there for you, and do that. So, yeah, I wouldn't be mad.
So, Johnny, dude, I'm with you, dude. I want to see fucking offense. I really do. That's something that I really haven't seen. I haven't seen a greatest show on turf type of. I haven't, like it would have been like how the Dolphins were before, like when they had McDaniel. They're dropping like 40 points a game, but they were also giving up 38 or something. That would be cool. It'd be fun to watch. But we don't have a quarterback, right? Until we have a quarterback, you're never going to be that team, really.
Mm-hmm.
And that defense was really bad. So why not just go defense? I'm fine with it. E Boogie. I'm totally fine with it. Also, Glenn wants to be a ground and pound team. Best thing to go with ground and pound is good defense. So yeah, give me it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And also, like, my dream scenario in 2027 is the quarterback we want, whoever that is, Arch, Dante, anyone. I don't care. Whoever we want, and Jeremiah Smith. Oh, dude, well, if we take someone now, well, I mean, hey, we could do both, but like we have so many holes to fill. Maybe it is better to bring them in together the following year. Um, does that mean you can, just sign a wide receiver or a tight end off the street to placate you for a year? Maybe. I think so. I think so. But we got to do free agency first.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like a pass catcher in free agency because then you're not telegraphed, and then you got the choice. Do we take Lemon? Do we take whoever, or do we wait? Because we do have 3 firsts, and they're probably going to be top 20 picks the following year. So we're getting a stud next to Garrett in the next 18 months. We are. So yeah, maybe the longer we wait, the better. We'll find out. Got another one here. E Boogie, thanks for the question. That was good. I think everyone here is fine with that, though, if that were the
Mm-hmm.
case. Another one from E Boogie, $5. Appreciate you, brother. I don't know why some are $4.99 and some are $5, but who knows? He says, if Muji is safe, if he is, and KOC is fired from the Vikings, do you guys want this next year? I assume he means 2027. If no, then who you guys want Muji to pick as his head coach if he's safe?
So we're talking about Kellen, right?
This is O'Connell, Kevin O'Connell.
Kevin
Yeah,
O'Connell. Yeah. Okay. So they're like they're boys, right? So like they went to college together, if I'm not mistaken. Um, we've been calling for an offensive mind guy forever and a day as a coach, and the last one that was supposed to be that was, I think, Adam Gase, and you saw what happened. But you saw what he did over there with the Vikings. Does it have to do with Justin Jefferson and all of those other players? I don't know, man. But what I'm seeing right now, what he's doing with what the hell is the quarterback over there, McCarthy, whatever his name is, that is like
McCarthy, yeah.
that's butt cheeks right now. I don't know, bro. Like, so would I want him? Yes, I would take it if that was to happen. So give me that guy. If he's not there for us and Muji has to pick a head coach, I want an offensive minded coach to be our head coach with that. So I want offense. I want to see offense. I want us to score points. It would be dope to be able to see that finally.
Yeah. Basically, if this is a down the road type thing, obviously, if Glenn ends up getting fired after next year and Muji stays and KOC gets fired, yeah, give me KOC. Give me a good offensive minded coach. I'm with you, Johnny. Because even if you're a defensive minded guy or a special teams minded guy as a head coach and you have a good offensive coordinator, he don't last. He gets plucked away. So give me a head coach that will keep a consistently good offense for years. Give it to me, baby. So yeah, I'll take it.
And real quick, like I've traditionally wanted defense because that is us. That's our brand. That's always been our brand, man. I believe we have an electric offense when I see it. We probably never will. But if you're talking to me and saying we're drafting a quarterback again, that's the one time where I say no, man. No Tomlin. I don't want Tomlin. I want an offensive mind with a quarterback. Or, I mean, the only way you could sell me is if you got the God's gift to quarterback coaching or the God's gift to offensive coordinator coming with the guy. Even that's no sure thing. Give me the creative brainiac offensive mind. I mean, look at Ben Johnson, man. He had a hell of a first year. Give me that. Give me that. And with Caleb Williams, come on, man. Hey, dude, look good. Dude, look good, man. All right, real quick, couple rapid fires and then one more good one. Big fella chimed in on the convo you guys were having earlier. Sorry, it just got buried, but he said $2. Sala wanted to be friends. He didn't want to lead. Is there anything you guys want to say about this? Do you agree? Anything you want to branch out about it with? Let me know.
I agree with it, man. Like it was a country club, bro, over there. Like, you know, I don't know where a lot of the whole like, yo, but look what JD and Salah did over there, blah, blah, blah. The fact of the matter is we were still losing and we had losing seasons. Like at the end of the day, man, this league, you're known for winning and winning cures everything. And we didn't have a winning season. So that's why I can't be like, yo, Salah was like this really great coach and all that. I just can't. Is he okay as a coordinator? Yes, I would say that. But as a head coach, nah, man. And I wish him well in Tennessee. Like, yo, good luck, bro. I hope you do good over there. You got a good OC in Brian Dable, right? Good for Cam Ward because Cam Ward's a good quarterback. But he did, bro. Like, you shouldn't be texting a whole bunch of people. You shouldn't be letting people know what's going on and having all the leaks that were going on within the organization itself. So,
Yeah, yeah. Sala wanted to be friends. He didn't. I don't. It's not that he didn't want to lead. He thought he could lead in that way by being friends, by being positive. He's all about positivity and stuff. And I did like that about him, but it doesn't work, or it didn't work for him at least. He didn't do it the right way. So yeah, this is a rough outing for Sala. But
Jake piggybacking, he says Solid didn't get how to be a head coach. Great DC. Do you, or just okay? You guys agree, I'm sure. But let me ask you real quick, rapid fire. We got to get Murph out of here. All of us out of here. Um, to piggyback and Jake, appreciate big fella, man. Appreciate you, E Boogie, all you guys killing it, man. Do you think that he could have learned anything from the season he had with Shanahan again this time around? Maybe some clarity that could make him approach the second stint as a head coach better than he did the first.
yeah, I think so because he made that statement about when he was with the Jets when he was talking about, on the sideline, I really wasn't as involved as I should have been. I really didn't do what I needed. I should have been making the calls and all that. And like Boss Girl says it here, Salah said about the whole accountability. Like, what am I going to do? Make them do push ups? But you got a guy like Glenn that comes in and just straight took away dudes' jobs. He was benching people. He was doing what you had to do as a coach. And like, I think this time around, him really talking, because he's not going to get a third time, bro. It's very rare to get another head coaching opportunity like this if you don't do well.
yeah, he knows that his ass is on the line. This is the last try for him, and he knows he needs to try something different. Sounds like he's going to. Who knows if he changes his entire approach? I don't know, but I think he's got a chance. I think hiring Dayball was a savvy move from him. He knew that he's going to be calling plays on defense. He's not going to have as much attention to be able to put towards the offense. So he needs somebody that's been there, done that, right? So that was a good move from him to hire Dayball. Um, Good luck, Sala. Who knows how it's going to go. I think he's got a chance to improve. But
Dude,
we'll see.
and I mean, New York's is a blender, man. Stepping off that treadmill for a moment, dude, how do you not reflect? Especially going somewhere you don't even have to think, you were already there. Just doing your old shtick for a year, and in Frisco, man, like just a chill place, and yeah, I don't know. I think he could have gotten some clarity. I kind of wish he would have got that Ravens job, man. I would have loved to see him with Lamar. That like when he didn't and they hired whoever, or he didn't get it, basically, I kind of wish he would just go back and wait for the next good thing. I don't think Cam Ward, sorry, Matthew Smith, I think you logged out, so I can say this. I don't think Cam Ward is a great pairing to put with Salah. I don't. Call me crazy. I know he showed flickers and stuff. It's not enough, man. Not enough when you're talking about your second go around. And the first, I mean, Zach Wilson and all the luck you had with Aaron and all that. Like, he should have stuck around for a sure thing. And Cam Ward is not a sure thing for me. But I do like Borgonzi, and we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I don't
But
know,
the day,
man. Again,
but the Dable with Cam Ward, you don't think that's going to essentially help him out a lot? I
no,
think the move was good.
I do, and they're forming I mean, maybe the greatest bald staff I've ever seen in my life over there. But no, yeah, Dable is a great pairing with him. Only one I would have liked to see more was Mike McDaniel with him, but
Mm.
you're not going to get him to go play with Cam Ward, man. He just went for Justin Herbert. Like, give me that. I'll take that. But Dable, yes, and that's great. I do like it because they both have a bond, right? They were both in the blender together at the same time. Fantastic, man. I'm sure they'll talk about all that together and have some chuckles as they get another 60 million over there or whatever. But Jake, again, winding down, folks. Unless you guys prolong me like you always do, not you guys, the chat. But got one more for you, Johnny. And Murph, you may have answered it already, so you can sit it out, but I don't remember if you do or did not. Johnny has unique insight on this question, so I gotta ask him it. Uh, E Boogie, 4.99 super chat, was asking if you would rather have Diego Pavia and Kyler Murray. Okay. I mean, think of how many rides you can't get on at Kennywood with those two.
Mhm.
Or Cole Payton and Kirk Cousins. Take your pick, which combo. But if neither, who would you like to see?
All right. I've been breaking balls about Diego Pavia because the reason I wanted Diego Pavia over here was because the dude's going to be a playboy out here, going to be doing some insane amount of crap in New York and getting in trouble. And then you put him with Kyler Murray, it's just going to be bad. All right. So the bad boys of the New York Jets come back out and play. And that's how I saw that. So, no, I do not want Diego Pavia. I do not want Kyler Murray over here. I would take Cole Payton from Bison, whatever the hell he's from, but Kirk Cousins, where I have stated that I would like Kirk Cousins to come over here because he could be somebody that could essentially teach and he would be able to do that. Is it a guaranteed? No, it's not, but we have no idea. I think myself and Murph have said it about Kirk Cousins, right? The guy is cerebral up here. I thought he would have been the perfect pairing when I thought Dante Moore was going to come out. I was wrong in regards to that, but I just, show him the ropes. It's what we haven't done in a very long time. But another combination that I wouldn't mind, give me Kirk Cousins. Look, and I'm high on Drew Alar. If Drew Alar is back there, that dude's 6'6", 235 pounds, right? Like the dude got an arm. Give me that guy, man. Take a chance on him in the 4th, 5th round if he falls over there. At that point, why not? Keep drafting a quarterback until you get the right one.
Murph?
I honestly know very little to nothing about Cole Payton. But I know enough about Diego Pavia for him to be enough of a negative for me to choose Kirk and Cole Payton over Pavia and Murray. So there you go. And you guys know I'm on the Kirk train, at least somewhat. So yeah, that's where I'm going.
All right, Murph. It's Saturday now, so final thoughts.
Um, Guys, gals, um, don't let this team tear you down. And don't let it get under your skin to where you're fighting with other Jets fans or even other fans of other teams and stuff about it. This is just a thing that we like to do. We like to watch sports. We like to watch football, right? And this happens to be our favorite team. So, you know, okay, we weren't good last year. We haven't been good for a while. We probably won't be good next year. Maybe we will. Who knows? But eventually we will. And then we're going to rub it in all their faces. But until that time, let's just enjoy it for what it is and enjoy the little things. It's a good motto to have in life, not just with football or Jets or anything like that. Enjoy the little things, like whether it's just like your favorite meal. You're having your favorite meal tonight, and it's like just enjoy that. You know what I mean? Enjoy the little things. You found a fucking $5 bill on the sidewalk. Enjoy the little things. It doesn't, don't let something so like it really doesn't matter in life, right? Like the Jets isn't gonna like ruin your life unless you let it, But watching football might be something you enjoy doing, when you're maybe not when you're watching the Jets as much, but um, I don't know. Enjoy the little things. We got some good draft picks coming up. We might get somebody that you're excited to watch play. Enjoy the little things.
Hey, I have to say, Murph, you're right because I think this is probably the first time that we've been on the show together that we've agreed pretty much on every single thing that we talked about tonight, and it was in tandem as well. So if that tells you guys about anything, enjoying the little things, I appreciate that, and I do take enjoyment of that. Like these are my dudes right here, man. We've been rocking for a while now, so and we're still here, man, and we're still going at it and still trying to figure shit out because we don't know. Aaron Glenn is such a question mark right now. Just don't beat each other up, man. Look, if some dude doesn't agree with your opinion, he's entitled to that thing, man. But doesn't mean you can't be civil about it and have a discussion on why you think he's wrong and why you think you're right and vice versa. Just enjoy it. Just like what Murph just said. It's the small things, man. Look, sometimes they say small things come in small packages, right? I guess. Does that make any sense? I don't know. But I don't, just I had to say something really corny like that, bro. You know what I mean? So I just look,
Johnny, if you have a minute, let me get Murph out of here.
yeah, do you think, man?
All right. Murph, dude, let me get you. There you go. Appreciate you, man. You said you give me 2 hours. You gave me 3. I did it to you again, man. I had a kick ass time. Appreciate you. Have a good night, man.
Good night, guys. Love you guys. Everybody have a good
Enjoy
night. Good
that.
week.
Enjoy that snow.
That was so hot.
Johnny, I got one for you. Hold on. And I won't keep you long. I know the old lady or someone was already wondering how long you were going to be on, man. Got to get you out of here before you're in the doghouse. But Iowa says he's with Johnny. Stack up quarterbacks like cordwood. Now, I know you know a lot about wood. Do you know what cordwood is?
No clue.
Me either. I figured I'd ask you though, the resident expert.
Yeah, man. Hey, look, man. There's only one wood that I know, baby. And if I stand up, this damn desk is gonna get flipped over. So I, dude, bro, I don't know, man. Like
Hey, bro.
it's just so easy to beat on the Jets, bro. And when you get individuals like us that come on and we talk about it, we're not expecting next year. We don't think that it's going to be a year that we're going to have 12, 15 wins or whatever. But we want this team to win, man. We want to be competitive. We want to show the NFL that this is a proud fan base, and it's a fan base that's really knowledgeable when it comes to things as well. So I just say the whole sense of like, it's easy to say that Aaron Glenn's going to be shitty next year and give no real context to it. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
I
well,
do.
why is he going to be bad? What's the reasoning? Like,
Or stake, if you're going to say that, stake your microphone on it. How about that? If you're gonna defiantly say that, stake your microphone on it. How about that? If you don't, if that makes you a little uneasy, maybe say, all right, there's room for nuance, and that's what we're trying to do here is provide nuance. And we don't know, man. It's unknown. It's not pessimistic. It's not doubtful. We don't fucking know, man. Just like you guys are fans. We're fans. Johnny's a fan. I'm a fan, man. Johnny's out of market. I'm out of market. Many of you guys are. Some of you aren't. But like, also, we're all plugged into the same places. We're getting the same buzz. Here's what I think the biggest problem is, man. And I just want to be real for a second. Like, Jets content's gotten good, man.
mm-hmm.
Entertaining. And it's not from the creators, it's from the chat. Okay. It's fun as hell to be in that chat. I do it. Everyone does it, man. We go in the chat. We had a good old time with people. It doesn't matter how the fuck bad we are. Doesn't. Because the chat's the best part, man. Not the creators, not the team, the chat. Every time, man. I'll take being a chatter more than being a host 7 days a week. Content's great. But last few years, man, also, we've had promising off seasons. We had Aaron Rodgers, man. We had Aaron Rodgers again, healthier, man. Like, we haven't had a chance to be like, okay, that chat, great, but let me go do other things. We haven't, because the content has been there 12 months a year for several years in a row. It's just been fantastic, addicting. This is the first off season where it's like, man, I don't want to do that anymore. But chat's fucking great. It's like, do I go develop a hobby? Maybe, because it's great. It is. But like, you got to have the optimistic point of view too, because if you're the great, but you're all negative, it's not great.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So it's like, find a way. If you want the great, you got to find a happy balance in your mind where you're not just pulling your hair out. I mean, there's people that I see in chats all day long, 7 days a week still. I understood that with Aaron Rodgers. I was that. Now it's like, do you still want to do that? Because it can lead you down a rabbit hole of being negative 12 months a year. It can. So either indulge in less content or find a place in your mind where you can exist with this state of affairs we're in that is worse than it was the past few years. So it's just, I don't know, man. It's a whole rabbit hole, but like, I do feel like I want to get this draft over with, and then I might consider taking a hiatus after the draft for a couple months. I didn't the last few years because it was still so good. And now, let's get these picks, look forward to them. But then what, man? What's June going to be like as a Jet fan? What's May going to be like? I don't know. Right now, I think it still has promise because we got free agency to look forward to. We still have the combine. We still have pro days. We still have all these top 50 picks. Once we do that, some of us have to find a way to unplug if we're in the negative vein still, or even if we're not, man, just find a hobby. Like I said earlier, pickleball. Just because August comes around, it might be another negative season, and we need to be ready for that then. We can't do this for the next 9 months and then roll into September broken, beaten, and scarred, and then just limp through the whole season. We'll be dead by the time we ever pick a quarterback. Am I crazy for that whole take?
No, I mean, it's the truth, bro, because it's like I've said, it's easy for us to say that the Jets are going to be bad. but we've been shit for how many years? We haven't made the playoffs for how many years? We've hadn't had a winning season for how many years? Yes, Aaron Rodgers and that whole shebang that was brought with him gave us some light, and it was probably and since maybe the Rex years, okay, that we had some excitement, that there was some noise to us, that we all got together, man, dude. Because you remember, bro, we were rocking hard, okay, hard. We were rocking, watching the One Just Drive. We were watching the Hard Knocks, right, with all of these things that were going along, just for it to be our legs got swept right then and there, right under us, and it is what it is, man. Like you just can't let this shit just like soak you up and just get that top
Fester. You can't let
fester.
it. Yeah, fester. You can't let it fester. Like you'll be exhausted, man. Like it's like doing draft picks a month ago. It's like if you start in December, you're going to be exhausted by April. I did that last year, and I was exhausted by March. So this year, I'm like, okay, let me wait to have Domsey on later. Later in the year, let's look at free agency and other stuff. But like, it's what I'm trying to say, and I think you're with me. Like, is if we are in for a long haul, and it could be a long haul, just mentally or like monitor your mental health, man. Like if you're too low, log off for a bit.
Hmm.
Figure it out, man, or find a way to cope. But like, dude, it's so negative out there right now, and I see people putting in 40 to 50 hours a week doing it, being negative, and it's like, I did that. I've been there. Don't do it. I'm trying to say, don't do it. Like,
Yeah, yo,
just
Dano,
tune in on Fridays to Jets Worldwide and the Danger Zone. That's all the content you need.
for real. I mean, bro,
I'm just
like
kidding.
like let's keep it a buck, right? Yo, we're probably at the lowest we've been for a long time. Okay, a long time, and I can't see us getting any lower, right? Maybe us going winless, and then I'm like, oh shit, right? But I don't see it as happening. I just think that you have a guy that wants to win. He means that much to this organization. Okay, they drafted him. They gave him that opportunity. It's like going back to the whole Arch Manning conversation. What happened when just being able to say, I'm a NFL player, I'm a professional that made it is. I've been playing Pee Wee from Pee Wee football to the biggest stage in the NFL. Okay. Like, it's just not the deal. Baseball, bro. Do you know how grueling it is to play baseball from when you start young, traveling and all of these, and the amount of games that you got to do? Look, I know guys that were there that play the collegiate level itself. I mean, you got one in the chat in Clancy himself that could talk to you about it. So like it, I just don't understand it when you get guys that are being like, yo, I don't know if I'm gonna want to be in the NFL.
There are people saying Arch will play 2 more years of college to avoid us, and you just said
Good.
it. Play baseball all your life. You know how many people I know that have blown out their knee or their elbow in the last year of college and then never saw a dime? A lot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So Arch is going to play 2 more years to not come here. Hey, man, I find that hard to believe. What I will say, we have Jake Asman chiming in.
Shout out to Jake, man.
He says, "I miss Charles London. I hope he is doing well." Can you echo those sentiments, Johnny?
Yo, the only London I know is in Paris, dog. So, hey, well, it's not even in Paris; it's in France, man. But yo, I mean, look, man, and with Jake, man, like yo, bro, Jake is standing on his ground. Jake's been saying what he's been saying about Glenn. He's never wavered to go onto the other
No,
side, okay? And that's what I'm saying. Like, yo, if you're gonna do that, do that. Stay on there, stand on business, and keep going at it.
don't
Some
flip
people,
flop.
some
Right.
people are not gonna like it, and that's okay, and it's all right. You know what I'm saying? It's not made for everybody. So shout out to him for saying what he's doing and standing
Well,
on his ground. He
He,
wants he
he's
wants the
saying it with
team.
his chest, man. He's saying it
Exactly.
with his chest. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm with you. I'm with you. If you're gonna say it with your chest. And that's where I said earlier with like stake your mic on it. No, like at least say it with your chest. Like don't flip flop as the news blows and when you hear a new athletic report. No, like stand on business. And he is, and he's still doing numbers, man. So
Yeah,
I
yeah, I
can't.
can't hate on it. I can't
No,
knock the hustle, bro. And just,
right?
like, and this ain't dick riding or none of that stuff like that. It's just I
No
can't hate on somebody's hustle on what they're doing. You might not like it, but yo, you got people watching left and right. And
facts.
so it is what it is. I just again, this team itself, man, you just don't become a Jet fan like that. Like you become a fan and you stay with this squad and you get built for it, man. It takes a certain individual, maybe some screw looses up there, maybe you've been through some shit and all that, but this team prepares you for everything in life, man. And I truly believe that, because, bro, how many years again we haven't been in the playoffs?
Dude, I don't know, man. I have less fingers and toes, I think, than we have. Yeah, cold Januaries. Um,
But look, at the end of the day, these are like your show, my show, right? And other shows, man, Jake's show and all that, bro. They're still welcoming. Like, come through, have a conversation. Yeah, I'm not gonna shit on you, at least myself. I'm not gonna crap on you for your opinion. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, and you should be able to say what you want to say with it, and it'd be okay. I just don't have to agree with it, but I'm also not gonna treat you like an asshole for it unless you act like one. Then I'm going to let it know like, hey, I'm not no punk. But
Let me ask you this: do you think it's still viable to say fire Aaron Glenn?
I mean, if that's what you think and you want to fire Aaron Glenn, but you need to give me more reasonings on why to fire Aaron Glenn, like in the sense of not just the stuff that you're reading from or hearing from somebody else. Like, I want your opinion on why you should fire Aaron Glenn.
And maybe what you would do after?
Correct. Exactly. Not just be like, fire Glenn and then we'll figure it out, because it ain't like that. Okay, you fire Aaron Glenn. Who's coming in? Who are you putting in? Oh, shit. Let's start the whole freaking circle all over again. Now we got to let them know the personnel. We could potentially have the leaks come back in again and stuff is going to be getting leaked out. Like, there's just so much stuff that comes into it. And Rome was not built on one day. And I'm going to keep saying that, man.
If we're honest too, like the best move for us to recruit a new head coach is going to be in 11 months. I mean,
Yeah.
we're not going to be more attractive than we will be then. So let's be real, like to hire a head coach in February now, and then what, they're going to be one and done again, or, but yeah, yeah, we'll see. We made our bed. Let's lie in it. And Clancy reminded me of a take I had earlier in the night that I've long since forgotten. But like the bar for improvement, like the bar, like Wilkes terrible, Fields terrible. If we can just improve those even moderately from the depths of hell, could could show a lot of dividends. So let's see, man. It's unknowns. We don't like it because we're scared of Dookie, or I'm sorry, Duker. Sorry, Freudian slip. We're scared because we don't know who the hell he is. Also, we're scared because we don't know who the hell the quarterback is. Well, patience.
Yeah.
We'll know
It
who the
takes,
quarterback is. We'll know
like,
who the OC is. We'll know who the draft picks are.
yo, and bro, I get it, man. And I get the guys that are mad because we haven't won anything in so long. We're just tired and the patience is not there. I understand it. But yo, he is the coach. He is the coach. However you want to spin it, he's the coach. Unless Woody Johnson comes out and says Aaron Glenn is done, then you guys could be like, we finally got rid of him, blah, blah, blah. Yo, are you wanting a whole Ulbrich scenario all over again? Is that what people are wanting? Right? You want Chris Harris to be the whatever his name is, to be the defensive coach, and you see probably the worst, December of defense I've probably have ever seen in the NFL.
It's banjo for life, baby.
Like all that shit, bro. Like all that shit comes in to play, dude. And you were doing it, watching the games, commentating them.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
would
dude.
hop on, bro, and
Rough,
I was like, yo, how the fuck is he doing it, man? Because
dude.
I was losing my shit.
Yeah, dude, you get your big shock, your big shot to do a game reaction, and it's that December that I did it. Oof, dude, rough, man. You only get one shot, man. You get 23-point blowouts before the second quarter. Anyways, enough about that. Jake chiming back in, Johnny. I don't want to keep you much
Oh,
longer,
you're
but
good, man. You're good.
the convo's flowing, man. $5. Jake says, give me one reason why we would not fire Glenn outside there was no coach to hire this year because our job was worse than the Browns. Is that the only reason we kept Glenn? Can you think of any other?
We kept Glenn because I feel like as a organization, if you fire one person and you're trying to attract another head coach in 2027 where you have the three number ones, the cap is going to be at an all-time high and all that, but then you have somebody in Woody Johnson that just fires you if you mess up on your first year itself. How is that going to look for a coach that wants to come on to the New York Jets? It just doesn't look good in itself. So that's what I've been saying. Give this guy some rope, right?
So wait. Just the optics. That's all. That's the only
I
reason he
mean,
was kept.
not only that, bro. Like a lot of the stuff that he's done in the sense of all these leaks, people don't know right now what's going on, and that's what's driving a lot of people crazy itself. You know, he made a drastic ass firing of 9 coaches that they were all warranted. Okay, yo, Tanner, bro, you know, I said it. I was not a Tanner guy. Yes, there's videos out there that show wide receivers being wide open because the fucking DBs were like, yo, you guys don't have any other type of quarterback there that puts any fear in my brain. So, yeah, I'm going to stack the box because guess what? The only thing that you guys got back there is Brees Hall. And I blame, and I'm sorry to say it, but I blame Tanner because Brees Hall probably would have had a lot more if he was used the correct way. Okay? But he wasn't. How many tight end screens we kept calling this year? They did it once and it went to the house. You never use it again? Like it never made sense to me, man. And it was so fucking upsetting to see it. So who do you bring in here? You know, the fucking Browns just got was it? They ended up getting Munkin.
Hmm. You know my one reason why we did not fire Glenn. It takes me back to the quote by Woody Johnson when he was talking about Justin Fields. And he said, it's hard when you have a quarterback with a rating that he's got. I mean, he has ability, but something just is not jiving. But the final part is really what I believe retained Glenn. And it was what he said, if we can just complete a pass, it would look good. I think he still thinks that. I do. I just don't know if we're going to find someone who can
Yeah.
this year. I think it extended that rope that that snowball is pedaling over there. That rope, I think it extended it a little bit for Glenn.
We sold one tonight, man. So shout out to whoever bought it.
Hey, shout out. But yeah, like I think that is it. And is it wishful thinking? I don't know. I think a lot of us are thinking the same thing. How badly did our quarterback play affect Glenn's first year? We don't know, man. There were so many other things that were also negative, but if we got good quarterback play, optically, would it the whole sum would it have looked mountains better? I think so. There were options out there though, man. And I think the other reason he was kept is because I think Woody Johnson is an Aaron Glenn fanboy. I do. I think he might be here 3 years if he's bad all three. Um, I think a lot of us were a year ago, but we also don't have a vested interest in
Mhm.
our reputation on the line and him working out. So I think it's a little bit of both. The quarterback position being as bad as it was, even though Glenn could have curbed it faster and he didn't. And Woody's affinity for Aaron Glenn that could keep him here longer than Salah for all I know.
It's just for me, man. It's like I get it, but fuck, man. Not Woody Johnson, fucking Aaron Glenn. He got drafted by this squad, bro. Right? Like, why can't it be him to be that, bro? I just found out that Frank Reich. Yeah, for real. Did you know he played for the Jets? He was our quarterback.
I did. I saw that on your show actually. Jets Worldwide on YouTube. Check them out. And I was corrected by someone last Sunday when I said Reich. They made me feel like an idiot because they said it's Reich.
Whatever.
So
Reich. My
heads up,
bad.
heads up. Yeah, dude. No, trust me. I caught it. So you didn't. I walked so you could run, Johnny. Um,
Yeah.
but no, when was he? When was he a quarterback?
I believe in '96. And not even a good year, bro. Like, yeah,
Was that the one win year?
I believe so. Yeah.
Oh boy, that was the year that turned. Oh, dude, if that's the year I'm thinking of, and I might be a year off, we got the Keyshawn Johnson the year of or the year after,
Yeah,
and
it was bad, bro. Like it was bad. And I think the quarterback was like Kurt some shit or like yeah, it was bad, bro. It was not even something. But that's the thing. This guy, he's done something. I mean, he's had players that he's been able to develop in the Philip Rivers. And because look, just because you get drafted so high, you're going to a team that's shit. Okay. And there's a lot of growing pains that you're gonna have to deal with. And that's the nature of what it's been, bro. So it's gonna take time, and we do not have a quarterback. We do not have A, B, C, D, E, F, G. There's so many holes that we got going on right now that it's like, yo, bro, I feel bad for the dude, right? Like
yeah.
this cat was given a team that everybody was like, oh, they have some talent on there and everything. But if you look at the stats of this year, it was almost the same.
You said we don't have a quarterback right now, man. You know we're paying 60 million to quarterbacks next
Yeah.
year.
A Rod, who else?
Fields.
I know, man. Fuck.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? I can't delay this any longer, man. Friend of the channel popped in. He not only super chatted, but he gifted a membership. Legend. He was
Oh yeah.
actually at the Senior Bowl, I believe, on
Yep.
Radio Row. Saw some content out of him. Killing it, dude. You said it, hustling, man. Hustling it with integrity, though. And like we said, saying things with his chest. He continues doing. Who received it? Aaron. Can you, can you help me there?
Honori.
Aaron Hanori. I like it. 4569, Johnny.
I love it. I love that number. Makes me smile. I mean, yo, bro, like I said, dog, and you say it's such an unknown, bro, and like that's the shit that scares people, bro. People don't like change. People don't like not knowing. We're such a fan base that we want to know that New York minute, right? We should have known about this last week. It's just not working like that anymore, man. You're not gonna find what their next move is, and I like that. Bro, I was happy as shit when they fired all these cats. I was like, good.
Dude, dude, we for all intents and purposes, we fired our quarterbacks. That's why we have none right now.
Yeah.
Like we want to gloss on the or like tunnel in on the fact we have no quarterbacks. Kudos to us for having the foresight to say, hey, those guys were cheeks. Let's get rid of them. But we got to give them time to go shop for other ones and go harvest other ones, right? Like February is going to suck because we can't do either.
Yeah.
But we're going to get more. Just don't judge, and that's the thing. A lot of people want to judge the team on how it is currently constructed. Man, this is the worst season in a while, and it's going to look way worse now today than it will in time. Give it the time, or evaluate what we did add only. You can't evaluate what we added with our current roster. Current roster is going to be blown the hell up, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude.
Separate it. Separate it. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, you remember when I was saying about like putting Cook, right? And everybody was like, why? That dude's on that. I said, I know that he's ass. It's not that I didn't know that he was butt cheeks, bro. Like I knew that. But it wasn't him who I wanted to judge. It was Tanner, right? Because if Tanner can make this undrafted quarterback into a rosterable quarterback, imagine if he gets the quarterback that he wants to play at an all-time level. We're like, holy shit, Aaron Glenn knew what he was doing when he brought in Tanner. But the fact of the matter is, it was not Tanner. It was Ben Johnson all along. You saw it, and you said it earlier. You saw what he did over there in Chicago with freaking Caleb Williams, painting his nails, having people get, you know what I mean? So, like, can I say that maybe he took his time too long in firing these guys, if that was the thing? I mean, yes, right? But maybe they had a damn meeting and he was like, guys, this is the route we're going to go into. Are you on board with it? If you are not on board with it, I will give you guys time before we put it out to the media to go look for something else. Okay? John Gruden. Yo, maybe it could have been a phone call that he talked to John and been like, yo, bro, yo, Chuck, look, man, this is what's going on. You know, you were dealing with all of this crazy shit in Oakland. Do you have any advice for me? But nobody says that. Everybody just boom, boom, boom with the negativity that comes with it.
The other thing is like, I don't know, man. The I don't know that I fire Angstrand sooner or even some of the other ones, but there's one thing that sticks in my craw, and it stuck in my craw during the Zach Wilson era with Salah. It's like, how many times do I, as a fan, have to watch a poor quarterback performance that bleeds into the third quarter, that goes all the way to the fourth, that goes into the next game, that goes into the following game? It's like, at some point, you just put Tyrod in. How many of us were screaming for Tyrod in 40% of the season?
Yeah,
Just put him in, man. Everyone else sucks. Put him in. It's like it was Zach Wilson. Put Mike White in. We were all screaming it, man, forever. It's just like,
Josh Johnson. Josh Johnson
yeah,
came in and looked way better than Zach Wilson. It was crazy.
dude, you gotta, as the executive showrunner, like, make decisions like that. He didn't. He sat on his hands. He turned into Salah on the sidelines, man, and that I didn't like.
Correct.
That I didn't like, man. I saw Salah on the sidelines way too much this year.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll see, man. We just got to be patient. I know it sucks to hear, but I'm not asking for years of patience. I'm not even asking. I'm asking you to be patient until the end of April. Let free agency play out and let the draft play out. Then let's really evaluate our, what are we going to do? Are we going to be a first round team? Are we going to be a first pick overall team the next year? Are we going to be a 6-win team? Let's see.
Yo, I would love it to be. I would love for us to be we're picking in number 32. You know what I mean? Do I think that's gonna happen? No, but I could hope, right? Because if, like you just said, if you let all the negativity just get into you consistently, bro, you're gonna go fucking crazy. You're gonna go nuts. and this team will do that to you. You know, I just again let them build, let them keep building. It's still early. Let's see what he's gonna say, and then the narrative comes out. They know you see it. Well, why should I trust the regime that picked Justin Fields to be the quarterback? And you saw what they did and everything. Okay, yes, but Justin Fields was the best opportunity at the given moment. Okay, a lot of people were like, "Yo, his legs. If they use them, that they could unlock something, right?" Guess what? They didn't do that. They put him into the back. They thought he was a pocket passer, and he looked like ass.
In my opinion, he even developed yips, and then they left him in for like three more games, and then he was cooked. He may be cooked forever now. I don't know, man. That's a hot take, but um, Johnny, dude, I appreciate you. I appreciate chopping it up with you.
Always.
And I know we've plugged the show, and I know everyone knows you, but there might be people watching tomorrow or Sunday. We don't have a game on unless you count flag football with Shador Sanders. They may watch
How?
Sunday. Yeah, dude,
How?
bro, we
How?
could talk.
How? It's such a clown show now, the Pro Bowl, bro. It is a contest of popularity.
It is. It is. That's fact right there. It's facts. Dude, Joe Flacco made it too. So the Browns have two Pro Bowl quarterbacks this year. And guess what? I bet they draft one in the draft. Not a Pro Bowler, but a quarterback.
Let me ask you one thing real quick, before we get off. If
Sure.
Mendoza is there at second, do we take him?
Yes.
Good.
Run the card up. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
He won't be there. I mean, if that were the case, then the Raiders would call us and say, "Come get him." They wouldn't.
Or
They
the
wouldn't
Raiders
just,
or the Raiders be the Raiders, bro.
or they take a different quarterback maybe. But nah,
Oh.
man, come on,
Yo,
man,
dude, could you
come
imagine?
on,
Could you
come
imagine?
on.
Could you imagine Ty Simpson goes over Mendoza? Bro, that'd be the craziest thing. That's a Danger Zone exclusive. All right.
Dude, the only way I could, okay, so the more interesting thing is how could this happen in the next few months? It could happen if he goes to the combine and looks like shit against everybody else. If he bombs interviews, and I don't see him bombing interviews, but I could see him looking pedestrian in a class with other people with better arms because he's more of a clutch guy in the moment, fourth quarter. Uh, is he gonna shine against other big arm? I mean, Nussmeier looked good this week, from what
He
I've heard.
did.
And not enough to drop him to the fifth round like Shador. No, but like enough to make you think. Yeah, if I could get a package from the Jets to move down one spot, that's the only way, and that's a pipe dream, man. I don't see it. I think honestly, I think Tom Brady sees a lot of himself in Mendoza, and he is stoked to take him and try to mold him.
Fucking Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Shit makes me so mad, bro. Like I'm like, damn, almost a carbon copy of you. That you look all like weird looking, all lanky the way he is, and
I know. Let me ask you this: did you see that an eligible bachelor just hit the market?
who's that?
Bill Belichick.
Oh, yeah, I saw that, man. I saw him and the chick split up.
Yep.
Let me ask you, what's your thoughts on that? Because we talked about it tonight on the show. Are you like, do you agree with him not getting into the Hall of Fame first ballot, or do you think he should be in there as the first ballot?
So there will be people who disagree with me strongly. I know Scott Foster is one of them, but I like to think of the Hall of Fame to be like prestigious and like character oriented and like humanity and merits and success and skill, but first and foremost, character, professionalism. with that being said, I would have did the same thing to him, man. You're not. It's not that I'm gonna hold you out forever. A penance of 1 year for being suspect when it comes to character, suspect when it comes to like treating your beat and all the above. Post football career suspect. Yeah, but I don't know if they recruit that way. I mean, if I was recruiting that way, I would try to encompass it. It's not just who is the best baller. I mean, anybody can make a list like that. It should be more than that. And I feel like he did fall short in a lot of areas that wasn't just success on the field.
Yeah, Snowball said karma, and karma came back and bit him hard. I am probably one of the few, and I do not like Bill Belichick and all that, but if you're going to say that he was not a good head coach, no, he was. Okay, like I don't know what y'all talking about. Okay, the dude was a defensive mind genius. Um, he fucking took Tom Brady, who was a what round did he get picked on again?
Was it? I think it was sixth.
Sixth round, right? And after losing Drew Bledsoe, and you got gifted with that, and you did what you did. Because look, Tom Brady, his first years with them, he wasn't the guy like he was. Okay, so people tend to forget that shit too. Like,
Scott Foster would chime in and say, "Yeah, but he shipped Bledsoe off and he stuck with Brady, and that took the biggest balls."
it
And
did.
I didn't know what to say to that after that argument.
It's because it's the truth, like, bro, there's a lot of people that have done a lot of the shit that he's done, but when you're at the top, you got so much more eyes on you, bro. Okay? And dude, it goes and it starts from like fucking high school to the college, then to the NFL. Okay? Signal taking, I mean, like, the list could go on and could go on and could go on. It's just a matter of the fact is that he got caught with it, and he's not going to be the last one either. So,
Well, dude, and here's the thing: there's people that I've heard defend it and say he should have been first. That Spygate is ridiculous. Everyone was trying to steal signals. I forget who it was that came out and said that. It wasn't just Spygate.
yeah, no, it wasn't.
Deflategate,
But
Deflategate.
but is
Like,
that him or is that Tom Brady?
oh, dude, come on,
You know what
Tom
I mean?
Brady.
So like,
Nah, man, I think it was him. I do. I mean, you're the coach, man.
but yo, Brady said it on that damn roast. He's like, "Yeah, I deflated the balls because it gave me a better spin on it."
I still blame them both. How about that?
Yeah, I do. I said, "Fuck both of them" because I fucking can't stand the Patriots. But
Well, yeah, we're not talking that. I'm
fandom,
just saying.
fandom aside from it, like, yeah, yes. Without Brady, did he not do good? Cool. I could tell you a whole bunch of other coaches that, after their main quarterback didn't do anything, they weren't good. That dude got how many rings? Not just with the Patriots too, but the stuff that he did when he's with the Giants or what he did as a defensive coordinator. Like, the guy's been in the league for a long time, and did he fuck the Jets? Yeah, every single chance that he could, he did. Karma's a bitch. It came back to him 2 times, but I still feel like he should have been a first-time head coach because we wish as this organization to have all the accolades that organization has. We would kill for it.
Dude, one guy that I fully respect, I think, is one of the most terrific humans on planet Earth and probably should be goated in that regard, Kurt Warner.
100%.
Dude, check out his Twitter the last few days. He sounded off on this several times, and I'm with him, man. Like, one thing I'm reading him that he said because I had to go back and find it, but he said, so much of the conversation over the last 2 days really comes down to one of three things: cheating matters, cheating doesn't matter, cheating is subjective. In other words, we individually get the right to decide what is really cheating and what level really matters. He says, I stand with the first one. Cheating matters. So if you stand on 2 or 3, then we will just agree to disagree. Don't know why this conversation is so difficult and makes people so angry. And if you that, I mean, that was definitely about the Belichick thing and definitely speaks to what he thinks. And I'm with him, man. I'm with him. Yeah, I'm not saying forever. I'm saying 1 year, man. 1 year. 1 year.
I mean, it's just penance, right? Like it's like what Snowball said. He's gonna get in, yes, right, but not as a first time ballot Hall of Famer. Shit.
Dude, his girl only dates first ballot Hall of Famers, so she
Yeah, that's
dumped
what I
him.
heard. That's what I heard.
We got one last chat here, Johnny, and then we're gonna wrap. Jake says, "I hate Belichick. I agree. I argued with Gunny. He's first ballot, so he hates him.
Same here.
He believes he's a first ballot guy, but apparently Gunny does not. I don't know Gunny's take." But I do know that Gunny is super plugged into social media. So I assume that he's probably closer where I'm going with cheating and all that. Again, dude, none of us care. Like, he's going to get in. He is. We're not talking Pete Rose, we're not. But yeah,
Yeah,
he's going to
and
have to wait. He's going to
I'm
wait, man.
I'm still upset about the whole Pete Rose thing, man. Just never, 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 never understood that shit, man. But anyways, that's another long ass conversation that we could have, bro. But
Long off season.
yeah, look, man. Again, Bill Belichick shit. Look, fuck him. At the end of the day, it is what it is. You made your bed, lay in that shit. But at the end of the day, my take and my opinion is that I still think that he should have been a first ballot, because when are we going to see something like that again? That dynasty? I hope not next Sunday. Okay, so
We might. Dude, Drake May might hoist 2 before we draft a quarterback.
yo, bro, I would be so fucking sick to my stomach, dude, if that's to happen, man. Like, let Sammy D get his thing. And remember, I said, bro, yo, Sam Darnold's gonna be in the conversation of MVP, bro. And they said he couldn't win the big one, and look what he did last week. So he deserves it, man.
Now he has a bigger one though.
hmm He deserves it, man. Like, I hope he does. I hope he gets it. I don't know how May's gotten away with like 70, 80 yards each game. It fucking makes no sense to me, because shit, that's Justin Fields, baby. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm starting to doubt that they lose a meaningful game. And I know their schedule has been a cakewalk, and I know that they've had 4 interceptions thrown again. I'm just starting to doubt that they'll lose, man. I don't know that I've doubted Darnold will keep succeeding, and he has every step of the way. New England, though, is a buzzsaw, and it doesn't even almost matter what Drake May does, like you said. Doesn't matter that Travion Henderson had 4 yards last week. Like, they find a way every time. How can you, dude? There's 70% of people right now on that Kalshi or whatever that poly market thing is. 70% are betting on Seattle, and it's like, I don't know, man. I'm starting to believe that we are gonna see New England hoist, and we're gonna have Drake May wind up being the MVP, and we're gonna be staring at a division with 2 MVPs in it, and we have Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, dude, it might be. Fuck, man, it might be happening, bro. Like,
Let's go Darnold, man. Let's
yeah,
prevent that.
hell
That's just
yeah.
my nace. That's my devil on my shoulder kind of thing, you know. Like,
Bro, it's fucking, but it's valid. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a real thing that, and I'm just like, how are these guys still winning? Like, everything is stacked against them. Like, you're not supposed to win a game when you have that many interceptions. You're not supposed to win a game when you're fumbling the way you are, and it's just doesn't happen? And I'm like, of course Vrabel comes in his first year after I was like, this dude's gonna have a shitty year and everything, and does what he does over there.
Dude, the only thing that would have made it worse is if Vrabel signed here and then he resigned on a napkin.
That would have been fucking great. No. Are you talking about with us or with?
Yeah, with us.
Oh
with
yeah,
us.
that would have fucking sucked. I'm like,
That's the only thing that would have made it worse, man. Other than
Jesus.
that, the whole thing is the same, man. Belichick came here and said, "Nah, fuck you guys. I'm gonna go win a dynasty." Blah blah. Yeah. All right. That's enough pessimism on my way out.
Yeah.
Johnny,
Appreciate you, brother.
dude, you know what? You spoke of the Super Bowl. We're going to be picking the Super Bowl winners next week here. Final time. 4 points if you're right. So stick around for pick 'em next week. Johnny, where can folks find you?
Hey man, you guys catch me on the Danger Zone 9:30. Man, I'll be rocking with these cats all the time. But Jets Worldwide, man, you guys know it. Jets Worldwide, wide. 7:30 Friday nights. Come chill with the cats that we like to chill and have some fun. So
Hey, they got the swag too, man, and the ropes, dude. You can get a rope.
yeah, come and grab a rope. I mean, my man has a lot of rope, and we're giving it out. It might be a little bit flaccid, right? But it's all good.
Oh shit!
His joke, not mine. His joke. Credit all
Hey.
to him.
Credit Snowball bringing the zingers, man. All right. Well, dude, I see talk in the chat about bridge quarterback. We have time, guys. Let's enjoy our weekend. Hey, spin into the Danger Zone Sunday night with Chaos.
Can't wait.
Next Friday, worldwide Danger Zone back to back. We're gonna get you guys through it, and we're gonna get through it together, man. Because none of us, we're all in the same headspace. So just don't cook yourself between now and next Friday is what I'm trying to tell y'all. And yeah, Johnny, have a good night, man.
You too, bro. Russell Wilson, bridge quarterback, just to piss everybody off. I would fucking lose my mind.
Maybe the move. We'll see.
Please, Lord.
All right.
No. Later, dude.
Later. It's going to be Easton Stick, right?
Give me James.
I love the show. I love you guys. Fucking, let's go Jets. JTS. Jets.
We can't all be beautiful.
Put your seatbelts on and get ready for the ride.
You're in the Danger Zone.
Holy mackerel.